They should be good.
Oh, I'm sure they're good.
Yeah, I never turned them on.
They're good as you.
So pretty
good.
bad.
No, don't say that. Who a touch of my spaghetti?
Alright.
What do you think a lifespan for a meme should be?
A lifespan? Like how long it should last?
Like how long is it too
Right.
too long to keep going with a meme? What do you think a lifespan?
I don't
for
think
a
there's
meme
ever a time limit.
Lifespan?
No.
I mean, someone will fall out of fashion.
Like how long is it?
Right.
too,
Depends on the
too
meme.
long to keep going with
If it's a good meme, it can last forever.
It's eternity.
I think that should last forever.
Right? Like that boy.
Depends on
Yeah.
the
Oh,
shit, what up?
Oh shit, what up?
Yeah. You don't see that one much anymore.
Should always be around.
I mean, Bad Luck Brian's been around for how long?
Yeah, that's true.
You were in junior high school
Yeah.
at least.
I mean, I guess what are those bunnies that had the words on it? Back when we were like
Junior high school.
Yeah, I
at
remember what
least.
those were called. I mean, I guess
You don't talk
Yeah,
about
because I used
you
to
got
get,
them in the 25
Yeah,
cents
the
to buy
pull
little
'em out,
stickers
yeah.
and shit.
I forgot what those are called.
I don't know.
They had a name though.
Yeah,
I always used to get them too because I was like, these are fucking hilarious.
yeah, yeah. Those were considered memes back then.
Yeah.
I mean, they would be considered memes now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can't even remember what they were called though.
I don't know.
Why is like Treehouse something coming to mind? Treehouse.
Because
Pet?
that was those, that cartoon.
Yeah, that was those cartoons that died.
The super gory cartoons.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's can't remember what that is. Happy Tree Friends.
Yeah.
I was
There
thinking
you go.
of.
Happy Tree Friends.
Yeah, I can't remember what that fucking bunny was called. though.
All my Facebook friends are pregnant.
It's a good one. They are though. Really.
Yeah, always.
I go on Facebook and I'm like, "You're pregnant. You're pregnant. You're pregnant."
Yikes! Yikes!
Alright.
Yikes!
No, my roommates, they just had their gender reveal yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's
having a
pretty cool.
boy.
Oh, damn.
Good fun.
Everybody was asking what they're gonna name it, and they just defaulted to Jumanji.
Jumanji.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah. So they're. Hopefully, I hope they stick with it.
Yeah, I hope so too. I can't wait for a lot of these kids who like meme super hard to like start having kids.
Oh yeah.
Because you know one's gonna fall through. That's just like Shrek, you know, something crazy.
Hey, Jarl. How you doing?
Let me see if I get this. Let's see if this works. There
Yeah.
we go. Perfect.
Awesome.
Cool. Sick. That's awesome. And then you sent out the tweet. Right?
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm doing it right now.
Let's share that and we'll get this shit rolling. And then I have a few people tuning in as well for my
Oh.
team speak. So
Hell yeah!
yeah.
Shout outs to them specifically.
Hang there, man. Got my shit fucked up again.
Ah
Damn.
shit.
Jarl,
What happened this
damn
time?
dude.
Come back every few days and tell us bad news.
Right?
Bad news bears.
Right.
Where's the day where Jarl comes back, guys? It's been a fucking dope week. I'm gonna be so
I won
pumped.
the lottery.
Right?
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
If only.
Yeah. All right. It's
Got T-bone and broke my knee. Car door pinned my knee between it and the steering column.
Jesus Christ.
God, that sounds like I was so bad.
Yeah,
I
that's
barely
awful.
hit my knee and I'm like, fuck!
Right?
But breaking it, ugh.
I pulled my leg muscle the other day. It was
Ugh.
awful.
That sounds like all. Yeah, fuck that.
Oh.
It's not as flexible as I used to be.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Yeah, fuck. That's shitty. Alright, I think the tweet is sent now.
Cool. Like and retweet.
Ugh.
Cool.
I haven't posted
Alright.
on Snapchat photos, so I might as well do that now.
And he's got a fever.
Damn.
6 doubles. God damn. Can you catch a break, please?
Right?
Holy shit.
It's time to stop.
Yeah, really. It's like, god damn. Damn. Whew.
Alrighty. Boom.
Alright.
Oh, fuck.
Everybody knows now.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Right.
roll in.
Hopefully. That'll be cool.
Just about done with.
I think that's the exact same boom I got.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It works pretty damn good.
Yeah,
They are good, yeah.
Yeah, they're not too expensive and they work fantastic.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, good news. Let's hear the good news.
Yeah, let's hear that part.
That's what we want to hear.
My brother-in-law bought me a keyboard and paid for a year of piano lessons. That's awesome.
Well, that's way dope.
That'd be sweet. I want you to come in the Discord sometime and play us some beautiful songs.
Start a Twitch channel. They love that shit.
Right? Learning to be a melody jarl.
Yeah.
That'd be the shit.
Play video game songs and you'll get 1,000 views on Twitch. Easy. Love it.
It's true.
I play nothing but the Fray.
Yeah, really. And here's Wonderwall.
Right. I saw, I can't remember the orchestra group, but they came through and they did all the Zelda songs, all the Game of Thrones songs, and then one other thing. And it sold out, I think, Vivint Smart Home Arena in like a day. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to go, and I looked at tickets, sold out. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
cool,
Yeah.
guess I'm not going.
Pricey.
Oh, yeah. No, it's... Have you seen the Vegas Golden Knights tickets right now?
No.
Nosebleeds are like $285.
God damn. Wow.
Yeah, for one ticket. And like they sell out immediately as soon as they go on sale.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Why are they? Are they gonna be good?
They're already in the playoffs.
Oh,
they're in
are?
the second round of playoffs right now. They're the first team in history for their first year of playing to go into playoffs and 4-0 in the first round.
Oh shit!
They won 4-0 in their first playoff round.
I didn't know
against the LA Kings.
I haven't been following any.
Yeah. But yeah, they're it was something crazy like when their games were on like NBC and stuff. They had like a 99.5% viewer attention, which is insane for television.
Yeah, it is.
Jeez, I wonder what is making it so popular. Is it just because it's never before seen? Like,
yeah, it's just something weird like that where they're just proving that sports can thrive in places where they wouldn't naturally thrive because Vegas is, a desert.
Right.
And it's hockey, so even their practice sessions are apparently selling out.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's so cool, though.
Yeah, it's crazy. Their team is really good. They have the best goalie in the league.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool, yeah. Having hockey in Vegas.
Yeah. Apparently it's crazy out there right now.
Damn.
I was like, damn, like, they have the casinos, like the Monte Carlo and stuff. One of them has a big old Statue of Liberty lady out front.
Yeah.
And they put a hockey jersey on her. I actually have a picture on my phone when
That's
I went
so
there.
cool.
Yeah, it's sick.
Shit.
Yeah, it's great.
That'd be way fun to go do.
Yeah.
Just a hockey
But it's
game.
just been fun watching. They're a great team to watch.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like our Grizzlies too.
Yeah,
fun to
they're
watch.
fun to go to those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's I hate their family-friendly nights. I don't like those. Are lame.
no,
So there's no
right.
fights.
Yeah. It's like, go on!
The one reason why I want to go
Why
to
the
live
fuck do you
hockey.
think I'm here?
Oh yeah. No, I was watching like the first or second game I went to. They were playing. I think it was Chicago or Grizzlies. And one of our guys missed an open net, and he gets back and he slams his stick at the side, and you just hear him go, "Fuck!" throughout the whole arena, and I was like,
Dang.
"Nice."
I remember the first time I went, I actually had seats like right on the glass.
Ooh.
And like, two things I never thought of, like how fast that puck is going is stupid.
Yeah.
Because you won't see it, you'll just hear right around the back.
Yep.
And the other thing is how funny it looks when someone gets smashed into that glass.
Oh yeah.
Like we were sitting like right there, and some dude did a hell of a check and got the guy smushed his face right against the glass, and it just left like this smear mark like all across the glass. Like, oh fuck, that guy's his teeth are probably gonna fall out.
Oh yeah.
Joel was the classic of dodging her and like pretend like he wasn't watching, and then her and moving out of the way, so they fucking smash into the thing. And then the one time the dude was coming to check him, and the ref was standing there, and Joel moved out of the way, and the dude just boom hit the ref.
Nice.
I think Joel might have hit the ref too one time. It was so funny.
Yeah. Did you play hockey at all, or did you?
No.
Big fan of it?
I just watch.
Just watch.
I mainly I watch playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes regular season if I see it, but yeah.
That's how I am with basketball. I like to watch
I
playoffs.
think football is the only sport that I pay attention to regular season somewhat because I have a team. So.
Oh, okay.
But now I've got I now have the Vegas Golden Knights because I have family out there, so I can technically be a
right.
fan.
Yeah.
And root for them for sure.
Yeah. So I'm like, I have family out there. It's not bandwagoning.
Well, it's like I think if the Raiders end up moving to Vegas, that there's gonna be a lot more Raiders fans.
Oh yeah,
there,
no, they are.
'cause,
It's gonna happen.
you know,
Yeah.
a lot more local than Denver.
Yeah, for sure. Well, around here, it's like I think we have Raiders, Seahawks, and Broncos are all the big three that people follow around
And
here.
the Niners because of
Oh,
Steve
really?
Young.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people like the Niners.
I didn't know about the Niners. I knew about when I was working at Smith's. Yeah, for football days, everybody was rocking Seahawks jerseys.
Oh yeah,
I
wow.
bet.
Yeah,
A lot of fair weather fans around here with the Seahawks.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Russell Wilson's so cool. Until he does shitty. Fuck that little short quarterback. You're like, oh
yeah.
god damn, all right. pick a side, like him or don't.
Like, yeah, I definitely want to get into watching hockey more. It was always fun to watch back when Joel played, but
Oh yeah. I like watching rugby too.
Rugby's crazy.
Yeah. I finally think I understand like a lot of the rules, but just some of the hits that happen are wild because no padding and
Yeah.
just like they're decapitating each other out there.
Right.
Oh yeah. Well, it's funny. There's actually what they think is in football because they're wearing helmets. A lot of the times, the guys think they can hit with their head and be fine, but it doesn't protect them like they think it does, which is
Right.
why, rugby, you'd think there'd be a lot of injuries, but there's not, even though they're not wearing padding because they're not as confident to try
Right.
and throw themselves at someone.
yeah.
Well, and that's with there's a lot of arguments going around with the UFC and like MMA. A lot of fighters are saying that they should go to no gloves. And people think like first thing like, oh well, that's like super brutal.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, when you're wearing a glove and have your wrist taped super tight, you can punch like 10 times harder.
Yeah.
Because you're not worried about fucking up your wrist, and your wrist isn't gonna move around when you punch.
Yeah.
So that's why people get knocked the fuck out more often. With bare knuckle, you're gonna have more cuts and it's gonna be bloodier fights.
Mm-hmm.
But I think less people are gonna leave with brain damage.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are like, oh, we don't want to see people tearing each other up, and I'm like, do you want to see people get knocked out?
Yeah,
like,
really. Huh.
I mean, I don't know. I'd watch it regardless. I mean,
Mm-hmm. For sure.
it'd be cool to see like one of the big stars just go out there and just like bloody.
Just
looks
brawl.
like looks like a goddamn gladiatorial battle.
Oh, yeah. Fans would love it. They'd be like,
Yeah.
Sit in the first row, you get blood on you. It's a splash zone.
They have to start selling those like plastic
Yeah.
blades
Yeah.
and stuff.
where there's, the poncho.
It's like a giant thing. Put on your
Caution,
goggles.
people in the
Right.
front row may get wet.
Right? Look, this Conor McGregor's blood.
Yeah.
eBay!
Right? Shit like that would happen.
Oh, yeah.
But when
Crazy.
you were saying that you went on a wild goose
Oh, yeah.
chase here.
Yeah, I just got back from a wild goose chase, so... Yeah, I went, my friend and her friend went out to, get fucking dinner, or they went to the movies, and then afterwards she came over to my place, and we went out to get some dinner, and her friend was like, I'm gonna go get a booty call. We were like, cool, whatever. So we're sitting there at dinner, and her friend, 30 minutes later, hits us up, and she's all, yo, I'm high as fuck right now, and I don't think I can drive, and she starts freaking out, having a panic attack. She's like, I can't drive, I'm locked in my car right now.
Oh, no.
Oh, fuck.
I was like, oh, God, why?
Did she not know where she was either, like address
No, she knew where she was, but she was like, she kept repeating the address over and over. She's like, hey, it's this address. Okay, repeat it back to me. All right, and the gate code is this. Repeat it back to me. All right, so it's this. We were like, we got.
Yeah,
it.
we know where you're at.
We got it. She's like, I'm freaking out. Can you get here? And we're gonna be there in 35 minutes because it's out in Murray, and so. She's like, all right, I'll just stay here. I'm like, okay. So I start driving, and then halfway there, she calls and she's like, I'm getting really tired and sleepy. I'm so afraid. When are you gonna be here? And we're like, it's 12 minutes.
Yeah,
just calm down.
You're fine.
You're fine. We're gonna be there. So then we get there, and she's like, well, why do you drive my car back? I was like,
Oh fuck.
oh my god. So yeah, we finally got her, but I left 9:50, and I didn't get back till 11:20.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was a whole stupid ordeal. I was like, why did this happen?
Right?
How
All this over a booty call.
Right. It's impressive that managed to get that high
Yeah,
in that
really.
short of amount of time.
I know. 30 minutes later, she got out there, and within 5 minutes of being there, she was off her rocker.
Right.
Stop
Like,
you
damn. That's some good weed.
Right. It has to be some good weed.
The whole story hurt me.
Yeah, for real. I'll have what she's having.
For real. Like God. Whoever the booty call was, it must have something real good.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just show up and she's just sleeping and
I thought so. No, when we got there, it's an apartment complex, so there's cars everywhere. She's like, I'm in that car. I don't know what your fucking car is. I don't know.
oh god damn it.
So I drove around the block 3 times, and then finally we were like, just please get out of your vehicle. and come to the road so we can see where you are. She's like, my lights are on now, my light. I'm like, there's multiple cars here with lights on.
Right.
Oh, I hate when people are just not in the right frame of mind that they can't explain anything
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah, trying to deal with unfunctionality is
Yeah, it was
not fun.
it was quite an experience. But I made it back, so we're good.
Yeah.
Now I need a nap.
I was gonna say, time to go to bed.
Oh yeah.
Man, my go-to is just pretend like I'm sleeping. Some
Right.
people are too fucked up. I'm gonna go downstairs and sleep now.
Yep.
Right?
For sure.
I'm gonna ignore all this drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like when people get fucked up is when the drama comes about.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what I did tonight. Now I'm here.
Yeah.
Damn.
I had somebody the other day and put me on my ass. I ain't used to that anymore, right?
Yeah, really. If I smoked now, I'd probably be woo.
Right.
Yeah, it's been a while. What was it? February 2014.
Oh shit. Been a long while.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me though. I get fucked up every time I smoke.
Oh yeah.
It's miserable. It's the devil. It's the devil.
Do you guys remember the first time you smoked?
Yeah. It was that. I think I got pretty high, but I don't really remember a whole lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was that he used to live, or our friend used to live with like a bunch of other people.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a party, and like he was there, and a bunch of other people were there. And I went out in the back, and I was already pretty drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And bunch of dudes like got around this like outdoor table. I didn't know any of them, and they just started passing a joint around, and I was like, well, we're here.
Yeah.
And tried it, and yeah. I don't know. It wasn't like a crazy experience though. Like I think I was, since I was already drunk.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of weird that the first time probably was crossfaded for me. Kind of sucks.
Yeah, I've heard crossfading sucks.
I'm not a fan of it.
It's the devil.
I don't.
Everybody I've talked to that gets crossfaded, they're like, don't get crossfaded.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I hear a lot of people who really enjoy it, and I'm like, I've done it like twice ever. Both experiences have been awful.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, this is dumb. I'm like dizzy and like everything's spinning. Why am I doing this?
Yeah, really. Yeah, no, the first time I smoked was really fucking dumb.
Yeah.
So, I had my good friend Alex, and he was involved with these people that were your typical cool high schoolers, you know.
Right.
And they were trying to get people into this pyramid scheme, multi-level marketing that they were a part of, called I think it was called WakeUpNow.
Oh boy.
It was just some like, get your 5 friends to give you $100, and then those 5 friends get 5 more, you know, that kind of
Right.
deal.
Absolutely.
Right. So they convinced us to go to this meeting, right? And it's like at this really nice house, you know, bunch of rich people in like good clothing and big fancy cars and everything. And they're
Right.
like, this could be you if you. And I was like, as soon as we got up there, I was like, all right, I know what this is. This is bullshit. So I was like, I don't have the money, blah, blah, blah. So we drive back, and we end up at my friend Alex's place, and he lived out in Jordan Landing. And they were like, all right, well, we've got all this booze and alcohol and fucking weed and shit. So they throw this party. Next thing I know, there's like 30 people there, right? And I'm like, I don't know any of these people, but a bunch of them were like, yo, we're going out into the garage to smoke weed, and they were like all cool with it and shit. So like 20 people all go out in this garage, and they pull out the smallest pipe I've ever seen, load the tiniest bowl, and just start. So it gets down to me, and there's like 14 people have all hit this. I look down, and it's just like fucking ash. Right. They're like, all right, you just gotta put it in your mouth and just light it. So I'm like, okay. Like, oh, don't worry, buddy. Nobody gets high their first time. I was like, what the fuck just happened? I was like,
there's nothing in there.
There's nothing in there. Yeah, it was fucking hilarious, because I knew the whole. I'm like sitting there. I'm like, that's way too small of a pipe for this many people. And they were like, yeah, this is fucking great. I was like, the fuck?
I wonder if it ran out like on person 6, and the rest of the people were just like,
oh yeah, no, it was like barely any ash in there by the time it got like they were just fucking smoking ash like crazy.
I was thinking about taking my cat and dogs to church with me on Sundays. Is that okay?
Yeah, 100%.
I think that's preferred, actually.
Yeah.
Yep, that's Casey. I can tell just by the name. What's up, Casey?
If I went, I would start going to church more often if there was cats and dogs.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
I feel like they should be blessed by the Lord. Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
That's why I don't drink, because when I drink, my tolerance is so low. I'm good after 3 beers. Smoke first, then drink. It's not so bad. But don't drink a lot. I just have like 1 or 2 drinks.
That makes sense.
See, I'm the opposite, Jarl. I get too fucked up when I smoke, so that's why I drink.
I think it is nice though, because like me and Forrest are kind of on the same thing, but we're like, we have such a low tolerance for weed.
Okay.
That, you know, the rare occasions where we do smoke, it's like, it gets you really high, so it's always a fun time.
Yeah, for sure.
Not always.
You know? Well, not always, but because like I don't know, there was a time period where, you know, like a lot of people, where I was like smoking like constantly, and this is kind of fucking lame to be doing all the time. So now, once every 2 or 3 months.
Oh yeah.
And it's, you know, it's always fun. Like it's like I'm giggling, I'm having a good time wherever I'm at. It's not like a, you know, some people where it becomes more like a dependency. But
well, yeah, no, I have my one friend. He went from smoking into dabbing, like doing real dabs, and at this point he's spending a couple $100 a month just on dab because just smoking doesn't get him high anymore.
Right.
Because his tolerance is built up so high that he has to, you know, do a ton of dab just to get high. It's crazy. Which
sucks, because it definitely is a lot cheaper. I could buy, you know,
25.
Yeah. I could buy $25 worth of weed and last me like.
Oh yeah.
A
2 years.
Yeah. It's gonna go bad before I use all of it.
Yeah, really.
But no, yeah, I've never done dabs.
I wouldn't mess around with it.
Yeah, I'm not.
That gets you so high. And then I'm like watching videos and they're like, this guy did 35 grams of dab all at once, and it's like, he's like, there's just smoke fucking everywhere, and I'm like,
it looks like he's dying.
Yeah. Though Seth Rogen's water bong is amazing.
That thing looks cool.
That is so sick.
I watched one video where some guy was doing some god awful amount of dab, and it was like, I can't remember, it was like 15 gram or 25 gram. And like, it's kind of this shitty quality video, and it's like really close up on his face, and all of his friends are sitting there like talking, and you can just see the transformation of like how miserable it must have been, because he was like laughing, joking around, and then he had to smoke that thing for like 3.5 minutes constantly, and like a minute and a half in, he just looks like his face is all like droopy, he's like drooling, his eyes are like watering. He's like, guys, I don't think I can go anymore. they're like, don't stop. And he, like, he just looks like he's fucking dying.
I bet. God damn.
He's just crying.
Right?
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Half refused. I don't think this was such a good idea.
Right. My tolerance is so high.
Fucking smoke.
For smoking, it's weird. I like dabs. I only smoke dabs at parties, though. I don't have to bring as much to share because it'll fuck you up. Right, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Nah, not this guy. I'm not interested one bit.
And I was telling a couple of weeks ago, I got a little joint from someone as like someone just gave me one, like hey, you know, and it was like hardly anything, like tiny little baby joint.
Yeah.
And smoked it one day and went home, and like it fucked me up beyond belief. Like I just remember I was laying down and like my blankets felt so good. I was like rolling around in my blankets.
Everything's just so
right? I felt like a fucking kid.
Good news, I'm not pregnant.
Hooray!
Sick.
Whoop whoop.
Way to go.
Yeah. Party hardy. Should we throw a party this weekend for not
You're
pregnant?
one of the few, because all our Facebook friends are pregnant.
Yeah, all the
Facebook
Facebook friends are pregnant.
All my friends are pregnant. Push them off the edge.
Right. Don't lie. I did a whole G of dabs once. I sat down after, and I sat down for like the next 5 hours.
Damn.
Right. What made you stop smoking so long ago? Just kind of not enjoying it?
It was just a change of life for me, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, if I keep smoking, I don't think I'm going to get to where I want to be.
Oh, God. I'm good.
Went down the wrong hole?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I breathed it in and then threw up
man.
on my own goddamn chair.
Oh,
I'll
shit.
go ahead and turn that so no one has to see my puke.
We're already getting crazy up here.
Damn.
I literally breathed in alcohol.
Oh, damn.
God.
Ooh.
Yikes.
It's getting wild up in here.
Right.
Shit. Yeah, no, it was just, I think the last time I smoked, I was in a depressed state already.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I was just depressed, and I was like using it as a coping mechanism to feel
Oh, that
better.
hurts so much.
It sounded like it hurt.
Yeah, I just breathed in some southern comfort.
Damn. Yeah, I was gonna get some fucking some reds or some mics to bring with me, and then I had to go on that goose chase.
Yeah.
So I was like, shit.
That sucks. What a waste.
Right? Yeah, no, I feel like, because I was kind of the same. Like, I felt like there was a point in time where I was smoking weed just to kind of like, you know,
Yeah.
feel less shitty.
Mm-hmm.
But I was the same thing. I was like, I'm not doing anything. Time to switch it up and
Yeah.
go back to trying to be
Yeah.
what I want to be.
Yeah, and at this point, I work a federal job, so I'm like, probably the
risk
best
it.
that I stay out of it, because it's still federally illegal.
Right. And it would suck, like, one random day they just do a drug test, and you're like,
Yeah, you never know.
yeah.
I'm already on a little ice with my work right now, so
Really?
gotta keep it clear.
That sucks.
Yeah, because it's federal, so everything's super strict. So, like, in my work, if you miss 3 days within a 3-month period, then it's grounds for a disciplinary action. So, I had 2 on my record, and then I went to Vegas to visit my dad, and then my flight got canceled that I was supposed to be on to get back in time for work. And so I called them up. I was like, hey, can I come in it later or something like that? And they were like, well, your manager's not here, so we can't do anything. So I had to call in the day is missing. Well, that was my 3rd day, and I told them what was going on. They're like, all right, well, we're going to send it up to upper management, and they'll decide if you are going to get disciplinary action or not. And they were like, yep, strike the hammer down. You get a mark on your record. I was like, what?
Damn.
That's whack.
Yeah.
Is it one of those things where it's like 3 marks and you're done, or?
It's probably, I think it's a 3 strike. I don't know if it's 2 strikes and I'm up for termination or not, but I know I now have technically 1 strike on my record, and I have, because thankfully I'm union, so I have union that are now trying to either get their mark removed from my record or lower the sentence of my mark so that it gets wiped faster. So I'll probably hear from them in the next couple days if they can do anything about it, which it should probably get brought down to.
Right.
Because the standard for federal, I don't know if you know this, but if you get a disciplinary mark, it's 2 years that mark is on your record. And if you get another one, then it adds that 2 years on if you don't get terminated. So I assume it's a 3-strike system.
Yeah,
so.
and if you get fired from federal jobs, it's kind of shitty.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've got going on.
Do you like the work besides that?
It's it's not a bad job, you know. It's like, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to, you go in, you spend 8 to 10 hours typing, you put in headphones and listen to music, podcasts, whatever, and then you go home, and then every 3 months you see a manager to go over your performance for the quarter. But otherwise, yeah, it's just, you go in, you do what you're supposed to do, and you go home.
It's not bad.
So, I mean, if you don't mind solitary work, and monotonous work because you're sitting there typing all day, it's a great job. It pays really well. I love the pay. I love what I do. It's just, it works for what type of person I am.
Plus the benefits with federal, just always good.
And those get the other problem is those get a lot better with career. And in my line of work, so you have to work there for a year to qualify for a career position, but then it's seniority based because it's federal. Right. Unless you're a veteran, then you get put on a list of people that are in line for promotion. Right. And so right now it's 4 or 5 years for me to get promoted, but then you get all the crazy benefits, you get a huge pay raise, all that good stuff.
Right. So but it's just a time thing.
Yeah, it's just a waiting game, But as long as you're doing what you're supposed to, it's pretty chill.
Well, and I think a lot of people too are they stress so much about education now, but in reality, you can go get a federal job like that, and in 4 years be making plenty more than you would with a lot of degrees. Plus, you're not in debt. Yeah. Because the previous job I worked at, if I would have stayed for 4+ years or started when I was 18, I'd be making at least 80 G's. Oh yeah. A year, easy. It's just that work wasn't for me.
Did you see that Reddit story of the guy who just got expelled from college on his final semester?
I did.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh yeah, he was $100,000 in debt, for credit or from college loans, and on his final semester he had one 500-word essay left, and he plagiarized it because he wanted to go to a party, and he got caught, and they expelled him.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that? Fuck. At least he can all his credits, will still count. Basically, now he has to go to a different college.
Mm-mm.
Who
And
knows?
Some of those credits might not even transfer.
Yeah,
so.
that's a problem. Like, especially depends on what school. Did he say what school he went to?
No, he
I
didn't
don't
say
think
what
so.
school he went to.
Because there's a lot of those colleges where you have to go to that school to
Right.
get your full credits.
Yeah.
So.
Do you think that, I don't know anything about this, but like, would colleges, if he was like, let's say he was at like a big university, would colleges see that he got expelled for that and not want to take
You'll-
it?
Yeah,
They'll see
definitely.
that.
Like
Yeah,
plagiarism.
that'll go on your academic record. Yeah.
Now he'll have to get like his degree from definitely like unless it's if he was at a big college, but because that's a lot of debt. So if he was at a big college, now he's gonna have to go to just a
Small
shitty college that
college,
would just
right.
accept him at this point.
Yeah.
Got 130 grand in debt.
Yeah. Really. What up, Salty?
Got Zooks, right?
Yeah. Just like shit.
He
That's
could,
one way to fuck up your life.
that's on him though.
Yeah.
One essay, 500-word essay isn't even that bad.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and then in typical Reddit fashion, they went through his post history, and this guy's done a couple shitty things.
Yeah.
oh really?
I love when they do that. Like,
Yeah, people started coming through, and he claims to have gone to a concert with a bunch of tiny strips of paper and told people they were like fucking ecstasy and sold them for $10 a pop.
yeah.
Wow.
Like stupid shit like that, where it's like if you get caught,
Right.
So it's probably like he was skating the line for a while, and because a lot of people were like, "Wait, you got expelled for one situation of you
But-
doing
And
plagiarism?"
then
it's like,
everyone looked at this thing like,
yeah, people are probably like, "You've probably done some other shitty things that made this a little bit easier for them to fucking
Yeah,
drop it on you."
because I know tons of people who plagiarize like in universities and like community colleges especially,
Oh yeah.
and like they're usually like, hey, you're gonna fail this class, but
Mhm.
there's not usually a lot of other stuff that happens.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Colby? Is that one? Yeah, it is one of Jordan's boards. This is the black one.
Yeah.
If you can
Oh, what
see.
board is that?
Our friend has a snowboarding and skateboard company.
Oh, okay.
So this is
Sick.
one.
They're
This
just
one
about
of
to
his.
go on sale soon.
Oh hell yeah. No,
Yeah.
my brother skateboards, so I see all sorts of cool shit.
Yeah, this is his company, and then there's a white one that for these guys have.
Yeah, I got the white one at my house.
Hell yeah.
This guy said on Reddit, "What's the craziest thing you've done for money?" He just posted a picture of his college graduation.
Nice. Oh shit.
It's true though. College is fucking wild.
Oh yeah. It's just a degree is not worth nearly as much. It will be better soon once, because a lot of people are starting to get to retirement age.
Mhm.
So there should soon be a lot of workforce turnover. And a
Right.
bunch of those people that have degrees will hopefully be able to find
Hopefully.
jobs. But yeah, hopefully.
That's the saddest part though, is when you hear like went to school right out of high school, got my 4-year degree, did what I was supposed to, and now they're stuck at
Oh yeah.
Domino's or Papa
Mhm.
John's or
Oh yeah.
pizza. Because like I knew there was one that was so sad. This guy, because when I was managing Domino's, like I did all the interviews and applications and stuff like that.
Mhm.
This guy brought one in, and dude's resume was crazy. He had a master's degree in like some botany specific thing.
Oh, wow.
2 full minors in it was French and some other language,
Mhm.
and he worked as like I don't even know what the title was, but it was something to do where he was like infusing plant cells into different things,
Oh,
and
wow.
like just like the super specific thing. And like I just did like an open interview, and I'm reading his resume, and I'm like, what brought you here, man? Like,
Mhm.
and he's like, I got transferred here to Utah from California, and 2 months in, they closed down my whole entire department.
Oh no.
And I
that
was
sucks.
like, and then he's like, he's the only one in the state, and I'm stuck here until I can find a different state to go to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jesus, man. Like,
Shit.
and he was telling me like how he ended up. I told him, I'm like, I don't even know why we have to have this resume. I mean, or this interview. Obviously, you can work at a Domino's.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He ended up not taking it because I think he found something else. Thank God.
Yeah.
'Cause, to put that much work in and have to work at a Domino's would be
Yeah.
kind of shitty. But
Oh yeah. No, my friend was he was doing solar installs. He was like an engineering apprentice or something like that.
Yeah.
Or electric, I think. And he went into solar, and he was doing solar installations, and they were like, hey, we don't need these many people doing solar installations, so we're transferring you to our sales department. So they transfer him into sales, and then he's not built for sales, so he flopped, and then his work was like, well, you need to do sales to get your money, and it was just he couldn't work his job. They put him into basically a position where he couldn't succeed. And then he was like, yo, can I get transferred back to installing? And they're like, we don't need any more people installing. So they basically cut him into a dead-end position. And then, so he was unemployed for like 3-4 months. And finally, he just barely got a new job that he's going to be starting. So, yeah.
Sales is a monster.
Sales is awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people are built for it. Some people can have that mentality, but not... Very few people can.
I could never.
I tried, and
the sad thing is you kind of have to be dishonest and stuff to.
Yeah.
If you want to be a really good salesman.
Yeah.
Or just have that pushy, like where they can't tell you're being pushy.
Yeah. I just couldn't. I couldn't force myself to do it because I personally felt like the way I was being trained was extremely bullshit dishonesty.
Yeah.
Plus, like, I don't know. It was just that whole thing where you just tell them what they want to hear. And it's cool, like, it works, but...
Just like getting laid.
Right? It's 12 inches, sweetie.
And once you get inside, you're like, this isn't 12 inches, but it's too late.
It's too late.
Oh, God. See what Salty
We're
said?
just playing a little just the tip.
Just tips. Yeah,
just the tip just for a second. Surprise, there's more, bitch.
Oh, God.
If he was an athlete, he could have stayed in school even if Bill Cosby someone plagiarizing.
Yeah.
Right.
Or if he was
Unless he
a
wanted
rich
to be
white
like
kid.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think athletics is a weird thing, too, at universities.
Oh, yeah. University athletics is super weird.
If you're, like, super good at your, like, whatever you're playing.
Superstar, you're God.
And then you don't have to do shit. Like, just show up. Like, I know the professors, like, a lot of them are like, no, you're not going to fly by. But the school will, like, basically...
Fly you by, for sure.
Yep. Yeah, like, nope, you're not going to fail him. We need him on our team.
Right.
He's making us a lot of fucking money.
Right, he's bringing in the bank.
Yeah.
He's going to be signed by a professional team, and then he's going to come back and be a superstar and give us money for...
Ever.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think...
College in general is just...
Shitty.
I don't know if you've been into college at all, but it sucks.
Yeah.
It does.
Like, I was on so when I got out of high school, I was on a 1-year scholarship to Slick.
Yeah.
Like, I graduated and they sent me, because I got what's called a skill enhanced diploma through high school, which is a really weird thing that I didn't know existed. Yeah. So I technically have a skill enhanced diploma in architecture through high school.
Fuck,
Not that I know how to do any architecture. That's what I've got. But yeah, I went into Slick, but because of my scholarship, it only kicked in at a certain point. And until then I couldn't sign up for classes until I was enrolled, which I had to wait for my scholarship. So by the time I could enroll for my first year, the only classes that were left were these really weird, like, classes nobody really wanted to take. So I was taking, like, I took an English course that was, like, way higher than I was supposed to be in. I had to take microbiology, macroeconomics. Like, these were the only classes that I could take that were available.
Oh, shit.
All these weird fucking classes that most of the time people taking these classes only take them because they need them for their specific degree.
Right.
And I've got, like, macroeconomics, macrobiology. I'm like, I don't understand any of this shit.
English 2010, the study of...
Yeah. They're like, we expect you to write an essay of 1,000 words every week that's got, like, these specific... I'm like, ooh, I can do this, but... And then the teacher in particular, he was like, this is not an easy English course, blah, blah, blah. And, like, in the first week, he started bringing up, you had to post on the site with your essays, and he would pick out the worst essay and the best essay to show to the class every week.
No.
And it was like, every other week, it was like, my essay was the worst. And I was like, I'm not even supposed to be in this class. Why? Like, it wouldn't show names, but you were like, you knew who,
you're like,
fuck. I was like,
you're like, I wonder who fucking wrote this piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
You start typing it in. Whose fucking one is that garbage?
No, and then all my classes were like, pair up with... I'm like, I don't want to pair up with nobody.
Because then I have to... It's just like being a little kid, like, hey, I don't know you, but...
oh, yeah.
No one else has talked to either of us, so you won't know to it.
The most awkward one I had... So I finished my associates, but I did, like, the last, like, year almost in online classes. And there was one English class, it was, like, 2010 or 2030 or something like that. And the final project, it was, like... Pick 4 people in the class, go to the library, create a PowerPoint, like all this shit. Like, we hadn't done any group projects the whole entire... I didn't even know the names of anybody in the class.
Yeah.
So, like, the teacher made this like dialogue box for people just to like communicate to each other to be able to go and like meet people. So everyone in the class just decided to meet up at the Redwood campus and just like everyone do it as a big group, like all
The
like
whole
25.
class?
Yeah. And it was the most awkward shit I've ever done.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Because we all got there, and then there was one kid that was like, so how should we break up the teams? And no one wanted to like do it. And then I was kind of like, okay, well, let's just, because no one wanted to like take lead and do it. And I was like, okay, well, let's just do this. Us four, you four, you four, you four, you four, whatever. And then, okay, so then we all sat there and did it. But then no one was like, I don't know. Ended up being like me and this other girl were like walking around and telling the groups what to do.
Really?
Yeah. And then everyone passed. I mean, it was cool. But,
Yeah.
You're like, I should be the professor.
right? We were there for like, we did 8 hours the first day,
Oh,
and then
God.
went back the next weekend and did like 12 hours until the school was closed.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
It was awful.
You're like,
Yeah.
this is nothing like that Asher Roth song.
Right? This isn't what college is about.
Yeah. Fucking group projects suck.
Yeah.
I think the problem I had was I was still in my emo phase, so I had like the long black hair and I looked unapproachable. So people were just like, the fuck? I
Right.
don't want to be with this kid. Like I was like just sitting in the back, I was like, I'm just gonna watch YouTube videos and pretend that I'm not in a group, you know?
That's so funny.
No, I had one group project where they paired us up, you know? And I got paired with the one girl who would only come to class once a month.
Oh,
So fucking end of the year project comes around and we were supposed to like do this together, and I kept emailing her and she wouldn't respond, and she would only show up to school like once every month. So like they come back and I go up to my teacher and I'm like, I tried contacting her, she's not here today, so I did this whole thing by myself, you know? And he's like, well, I guess that's not in the spirit of the project, but I was like, the fuck
well,
do
no
you
shit,
mean?
it's not. Like, what am I supposed to
My
do?
partner hasn't been here for like a tenth of the like 9/10 of the semester.
Right.
She's been here 5 days of the whole like.
What do you want me
What
to
do you want
fucking
me to do?
Yeah.
So yeah, he let me solo present and I passed barely, but yeah.
Did you ever have any like weird shit happen in classes? I had one really weird thing.
No, I don't think it was just like the classes where like one girl only showed up like once every month.
That's a
Yeah.
weird one.
Yeah.
No, I had
Couple.
my English class. Yeah, the teacher was constantly like asking me to answer the questions and shit because he was like, I don't know if he like knew I was smart enough or if he was just trying to like get me.
Right.
But because everybody else in the class, you know, they're like normal kids, like normal, you
Yeah.
know, and I'm like
Yeah.
in the back with the long dark hair, head down, like I'm just here to pass.
Right.
So he would constantly call on me, but yeah, no, I don't think I had anything crazy happen.
What were your crazy ones?
Well, like I got lucky though, cause my ex, me and her were going. We had a couple classes together. It was slick, but there was this one ball chick that like we were doing like a group thing, and like it was me, my ex, and like it was like tables of two, and so it was like the table behind us. We were doing some English project or something, or it was I can't remember English, or it was one of some dumb critical.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but this chick, she was like telling us this bald chick, and she could tell you that she could tell you, or she was like, I can tell when people are lying by their pupil dilation. I was like, you what? And like she said it so serious. I was like, fuck, I'm not looking at you. I'm like,
Right. Every time you talk.
no,
to
I
her, it's
didn't masturbate today.
Right.
I'm just gonna close my eyes and talk to you.
Right? I was like,
What now?
You freaking me out already, and you
Right.
telling me this shit? Why are you telling me that?
The weirdest thing that ever happened to me on campus was, so I took this class as a complete waste of time, but it was my first semester ever going to college, and it was like a college prep class, but it gave me credits toward my degree. So I was
Okay.
like, okay, well, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And it would just seem like there was like 4 normal people in the class,
Mm-hmm.
and then the rest of the people were like, let's take the rest of the class and cut in half. One half, they were just stupid people, like who just
That's
very
fine with most of my classes.
yeah, very uneducated, very dim-witted, very don't have any. I don't even know if I said that right. Like no, what's the
Ambition?
no common sense.
Okay.
Like, no common sense. The other half of the class were just fucking misfit people, like crazy shit. So there was these 2 girls, and they were super attractive, but they were like they would just talk the whole class, and like the teacher would just like lose it, like you guys need to shut the fuck up. Like
Yeah.
that was said multiple times, and those two girls like were talking about something, and there was like this big lady who had to been like in her mid-30s, and like she just seemed like that typical like vision of like someone who just loves drama. She was kind of heavier set, had like a shorter haircut, shitty tattoos.
She would ask you about your manager, ask for your manager.
Probably, pretty much. And like this girl like coughed, like the pretty girl like coughed, and I think she like went in her arm, and this lady's like, "Don't cough on me." And then like the girl's like, whatever, and like I hear her cough again. I see this like, she was fat. I'm trying not to be rude, but she made me look small. She like got out of her chair, but like her fat got stuck to her desk. Oh, no. So she like lifted the chair up and like slammed it. She's like, "Don't fucking cough on me!" And like the girl's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And the teacher's like, "Oh, these people are about to fight." So she like left. And
the
like,
teacher left?
Yeah, me and this kid who like were like kind of like friends or whatever. Like we're sitting like, what is going on in here? And the girl's like, "I didn't even cough on you." And she's all like, "You're gonna get me sick." Like just like 100% ogre. And like we're like sitting there and like this girl who like sat next to him like, God, I'm like, "You two need to stop." Like, you know, being like the typical like, you know.
Yeah.
And like the one girl like the pretty girl and her friend like grabbed her shit and was like, "Fuck you, cunt," and like runs out. And I'm like, what is going on in here? Like, this is school.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I had a lot because most of my classes, I think, so I was going full-time, completely full-time, so I had a shit ton of classes, and I think as they're alive, that's good.
Yeah, we're just lizard people now. I mean, yeah, we didn't get abducted or anything.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah, but like, so it was a lot of like moms and like middle-aged women that thought they knew so goddamn much, and then like, so we would do stuff, and then like, so like I was still like pretty awkward back then. Like I was just like, I just want to do my fucking work, get out of here.
Right.
And so, you know, I would just sit there, just fill it out, and then they would be like, wait, like all these ladies like, "You're done already? Can I see that?" I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
Turn that shit in. But they were like so dumb, and they acted like they knew so much, and like the teacher would like ask me stuff, and then they were, "No, you're wrong." Like it was a financial class because I was doing business, and it was a financial class, and these ladies were like, it was something about a mortgage, and I was like, "I know the answer to this." And I told them, and the lady's like, "No, that's not true. I have a house, I know." And then like try to tell me I'm fucking wrong, and I was just like, but then the teacher bullied him.
Yeah.
Got that fire roast.
When I first went back, you know how you have to take the test and it like fits you in the class. Acuplacer. When I took the math portion, it said like, how much algebra do you remember? And I put like very little, because I was like, I don't really remember a lot of algebra. Yeah. So I took the test, and it was like starting 950 math, and I was like, okay, well, I guess that's where I need to start. And it was like very like basic stuff. Yeah. Like stuff you learn in like 7th grade. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, well, this is kind of pointless. But I took the class anyways. It was a good, like, refresher. Yeah. But I just remember, like, there was this girl who kind of looked like someone who would go to a lot of EDM concerts, but now she's, like, aging. Okay. And, like, I would take, like, the test, and I would be, like, the first one done, and I would just get my stuff and leave. Because, like, you know, I'm not going to sit there and wait. Like, stick around. And, finally, like, one of, like, the second or third test, this girl, like, in the middle of the test, like, I stand up, like, because I'm, like, all this stuff's like pretty easy, so I get done in like 3 minutes. Yeah. And like I stand up and the girl's like, "You can't be done already," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like she's like just randomly like out of nowhere, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm done." And the teacher's like kind of like laughing. He was my favorite teacher ever, but nice. I go up and hand it to him, and he's like, "There's no way you got it all done right," and I'm like,
"The teacher?"
No, the girl. And I was like, "Do you want me to wait for him to grade it?" And she's like, "I bet you blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I'll wait." So I stood up next to him, and he's like going through it, and I'm watching it, and he hands it back to me. And I go over and I put it on her desk, and I'm like, "What does it look like?" It was just 100%. And I grab it and go give it back to her. I was like, well.
Damn, I bet the class was like,
oh, the class was loud.
They were like, oh, world star.
Right? I was just like, why are you calling me out right now? Like, I'm not trying to get done fast to show off that I'm like doing this quick. I just don't want to be here. Like, if I can leave 45 minutes early, hell yeah, 2 thumbs up.
Right. Oh, yeah. That's so funny though.
Yeah. By the end of the class, though, she was like friends with me. She was like, "Hey, how do you do this?" Like, I was just like sliding my paper.
Yeah, really.
But
What up, Go Eagles?
hey, what up, Gogles?
Yeah, I don't know.
Gogles?
No, oh, you weren't. There was a night that we had someone come on, and he got pretty high. And Go Eagles came in, and he's like trying to rate it. I wasn't even there for that. It was Diego or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What's up, Gogles?"
Gogles? Nice.
I took a trip to Krispy Kreme.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
I
I haven't
haven't
had
dude.
Krispy Kreme in a while.
Me neither.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's really good. I freaking love. Yeah, 10 out of 10.
No.
Yeah, college was like some of it was cool, but I
Yeah.
fucking hated it so much. And, like my classes, I had a couple that were so spread apart. Like I had one that was 2 hours apart. I was like, I don't want to fucking drive home. I
Yeah.
would just go in my car, like sit, pass out for a couple hours, go back to class, or I would just sit there and play on my computer.
That was the same thing because like my first semester back, I took 4 classes in one day, but they were all spread out an hour apart, and then the last
Yeah.
one was 3 hours apart.
Oh shit.
So like most of the time, I would just go take a nap outside before my last class, and then
Yeah,
I
that-
stopped going to my last class because
Yeah.
I could go home and come back, and then when you go home, you're not going back.
Yeah, we had. That's the bad thing though, of, like going with my ex, you know, because we sitting in class, and it was like, I'm not saying I'm super smart by any means, but it was simple and like I didn't have to be there. Like I knew all this shit already,
Right.
so I was just like sitting there. And I was like, we would just like shoot. The one day she's like, "Are you hungry?" I was like, "Yeah, you want to go?" And they're like, there's a teacher, professors talking to them. We were just in the middle of class, and we just started walking up, just sneak like.
Sorry about this one.
We did it a couple times, and then I would email like the professor. Sorry, had to go to work or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so funny.
It's interesting though because you can definitely tell like, especially at a community college, there's so many different levels of like, education, intelligence, and like comprehension. Because that's the thing. Like I never get bothered when people ask questions because like you know they're trying to learn too. They're paying just as much as I have, but it's crazy. Like either people just don't listen or they really struggle like retaining information because there'd be stuff that like has to be repeated like 5-6 times. It's like really basic things.
Yeah, community college made me feel real smart.
Yeah. Super smart.
I just didn't try. I dropped out because
So did I.
I had no ambition after 9th grade. But that was for other reasons, not school.
Right.
But even at that point, if I put myself forward, I could pass the classes.
Yeah,
It's just,
I dropped out too.
Yeah, I just didn't. I didn't have any ambition. I was like,
Me
I
neither.
don't know why I'm even here.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I got the same way. I was like, why? Like,
I think the weirdest thing I heard though, because I took another semester at DATC after Slick because my scholarship ran out, and I had an English course there as well, and I was doing the essays, whatever, and the teacher pulled me over at one time, and she's like, you know, you have a really interesting writing style, and I was like, what does that even mean?
Right?
Is that good or bad? I don't.
Right?
Like, what does that mean?
Did she ever give you a reason?
No.
Oh, fuck.
But it was a business English course specifically.
Okay.
So I was writing business related emails like,
Yeah.
"Hello, so and so corporation. This is I'm very
Right.
interested in your product. Blah blah blah. If you could get back to me at blah blah blah. You know, shit like that."
Yeah.
But she was like, "You have a very interesting writing style," and I was like, "Is that good or bad?
Yeah.
What does that mean?"
yeah,
I never got an answer, but apparently I have a weird writing style.
Hey, well,
yeah.
Did you guys have Did you guys go to Bountiful Junior? Or?
South Davis.
Oh, okay. So I had a weird teacher throughout all my schooling years. So, elementary school, I went to Washington Elementary.
Mm-hmm.
So, my 5th grade teacher was, I think it was Mr. Knowlton. I
Okay.
think that was his name. He was known for, like, showing videos in class. Sometimes we would go into class and be like, today we're just going to watch fucking Harry Potter.
Right.
You know, shit like that. And all the kids would love it. Turns out he didn't have a teaching degree.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they found that out after I graduated from elementary school, but it turns out he was like a friend of the principal at the time when he got hired, and he had been teaching there for years, and nobody checked his credentials because they were just like, "Oh, he's been working here." Yeah, so they eventually found out he didn't have a teaching degree.
Did they fire him?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, that's wild.
but yeah, he was known. He had like fucked up feet or something. He had like a fucked up toe or something. That was what he was known for. He was called like Mr. No Toes.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, he didn't have a teaching degree, so that was like, whoa, what? I was in his class.
Right.
Yeah. So then in junior high, I was at Bountiful Junior High when the 2 teachers got arrested for sleeping with the one student.
Yeah.
And one of my teachers was actually one of the ones arrested. So we went into class and they were like, "Did your teacher ever try and like?"
Oh, they did that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Did they bring in like?
Fuck that bitch.
Right?
They had like the police officers and then like the trained counselor there.
Oh shit.
And they were like, "Did your teacher ever try and sexually blah blah," shit like that.
Oh.
And the kids were like, "No," because they were just, it was both the teachers sleeping with the one student. Which
Right.
I don't know how the one student,
Yeah.
like,
He went and started telling his
oh yeah.
friends.
But I mean, one
then he
student,
became
2
a
teachers,
musician.
like, how does that even happen?
Making some power moves.
Yeah,
if you ask
really.
me.
You know who it is, right? Though.
The kid?
Yeah.
No.
Let's see. So his dad or stepdad works for X96. Oh, I'll show you.
Oh,
Ooh.
Let's
interesting.
see something. He's a musician. Like his songs on the radio and stuff.
Oh, really?
The kid?
Yeah. Something. Fuck.
I know one of the teachers.
What's?
Just type it in
Oh,
the search bar.
hold on. I know what it is. I
I
was
can't
just trying to
remember
remember
my teacher's name, but I know the other teacher's
Yeah?
name. Yeah. She still lives around here. It's interesting.
Is she not in jail?
No.
Oh.
They got plea deals,
Can I see
I
the
think.
keyboard?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. So it's something like. I'm not positive like if this is exactly. It's something like something like that.
Huh. That sounds familiar.
He was always on X96.
Oh, really?
Like music?
Yeah,
His music?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Is he known like worldwide?
He was at Warped Tour and stuff.
Oh shit.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Fuck, it's all because of his stepdad works for.
Ooh.
Fuck, what's his name? I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like you would know, like if you heard a song, it's like weird alternative, but like, if you heard it, it's something like that.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but yeah, both of them I think got plea deals.
Mm.
So, yeah, they're both. I don't think either of them are in jail.
Oh, I mean, it's an interesting subject.
Yeah. Well, it's especially the distinction between women teachers and male teachers in their
Right.
sentencing.
Yeah, because like if you think most guys, if they were sleeping with their teacher at high school or junior high level, you're like,
Is she hot?
right? Is she
That's
hot?
the prevailing question. Is
like,
she hot?
Is it like the women taking advantage of the little young guy?
Well, technically, yeah.
Yeah, like yeah, it is, but you know the guy's probably not like
Oh yeah.
mad about it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
Fuck.
weird.
Yeah, it is
It's
weird.
who's
Yeah.
the I don't want to actually say names in
Yeah.
case it's a touchy subject.
Yeah, we'll keep names out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was at school during that time though, and I went into class one day and they were like, "Did your teacher ever do this and this?" But yeah,
It's, the lizard people were real.
lizard people. Oh shit!
Are we lizard people? Shit.
You're lizard people?
Yeah.
What am I doing here?
Right? We got abducted.
We've been caught.
Yeah,
Crazy times.
really.
I feel like there wasn't much crazy stuff. Like there was one teacher that was a pervert,
Mhm.
and he has been released from South Davis
Oh wow,
a while ago.
damn.
'Cause he would put, we've talked about it before, but he would put like the attractive girls, you know, the girls everyone thought were cute,
Mhm.
on the front row, and then,
Oh.
like drop pins and pencils and shit.
Yeah.
And I just remember there was one day that I was walking. Remember it clear as day. I was walking from Portables into the school because the back of South Davis had a bunch of portables, and he was walking from inside the school to the portable,
Mhm.
and he saw one girl like walking up, and like I remember him like bending down and like looking at her ass,
Oh.
and like looked at me and he went, and then like kept walking,
Oh.
and I was like, oh, that's
What
that's
just
weird.
happened?
should have said something but
Yeah,
didn't because
really.
like what are you supposed to go tell? Like, hey,
Yeah,
this teacher
this
just
teacher's
he just freaked me out.
he's eye fucking the students here.
Yeah,
We got a
hard.
problem.
Bro, there's a Kermit on
Oh
Periscope.
shit.
Periscope.
Huh.
You're like the real Kermit,
Kermit the Frog here
right?
God damn it.
on this here Periscope.
That'd be so. I'd watch it,
That'd be so dope.
right? What is Kermit
hell
into?
yeah.
See Kermit snorting lines of coke and
Oh,
stuff.
he would. Kermit's
Right.
dope.
Kermit, no.
Ah. PBR, yes.
Forrest was replaced because he stopped drinking Rainier and Pabst. No, I did. I just ran out. I just didn't get beer tonight, and I breathed in Southern Comfort and threw up on my own chair.
Right.
I was going to bring Mike's Hard Lemonade, but then I had to go on a goose chase. A wild, wild goose chase.
One of the wildest.
I watched the... I was laughing earlier because I watched the rewatch me just puking because you just see me go, oh,
Damn.
Rip.
I'm definitely gonna put in like a censor bar for that one on YouTube.
Caution.
Right.
As soon as that happened, we went from like 12 viewers to 6. I'm like, ugh.
No, we didn't have that many at that time.
We lost. We had 10 or 12. Yeah, I was looking on the video. That's what it said.
You guys slowly build over
Yeah.
time. I've noticed.
Yeah.
You just slowly build up. I fell asleep watching you guys last night.
Yeah?
I was like, damn, Daniel's on. Hell yeah.
I didn't know you guys knew each other.
Oh yeah, no, I love Daniel. He's
Yeah.
great. He's
Yeah,
probably one of the best people I've ever met.
Yeah, I
He's
like Daniel
hilarious.
a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, first day of working at fucking Papa John's, I walk in. So they have this tiny little manager's office.
Yeah.
And in training, you have to go back there and get on the computer and, like, do all these stupid fucking tests. But yeah, he was working the afternoon shift, and I had to come in early to do the testing of it or whatever. And yeah, he's sitting there on the manager's desk, like, just chilling, and I walk in, and I'm like, this nerdy fucking kid, because I had cut all my hair off from my emo phase and shit. And yeah, he just turns to me and he's like, hey, want to buy weed? I was like, what the fuck is this? And my manager's sitting right there, and they just start laughing. I was like, what kind of job is this?
I finally found his goddamn name.
No, it's great, though. Daniel's so cool.
That's him. You guys can see.
Oh, okay.
Not what I said first.
Gotcha.
I knew the last name, but not the first name.
Okay.
Huh.
Interesting.
I'd have to hear the song sometime because I don't know. That name doesn't sound familiar.
Let me make sure my thing's muted. I was curious how many views this has.
But yeah, no,
Oh, it's 26,000. Must be new. No,
yeah, I've known him for years. I was at his bachelor party.
Yeah?
Which was great.
I was gonna
Yeah.
go too.
Oh, it was a fun time.
Yeah.
We we convinced one of his friends because we went to a strip club, right?
Yeah.
Typical bachelor party thing, and one of his friends got drunk off his ass, like way more than the rest of us, like so we're at this strip club, having a good time, and he's like. He's at the point where he's so drunk, he's like, I don't know if I should be doing this. So yeah, we get back to the hotel after all this, and he passes the fuck out. And he wakes up the next morning, he's like, yo, I don't remember anything from last night. I can't find my wallet. And we were like, oh, you left it at the strip club, man. Like, totally fucking with him. And we convinced him that he had left his wallet at the strip club. So he went back to the strip club, and he, like, went up there, and he's like, yo, did you guys find a wallet or whatever? And one of us had actually taken it and hidden it.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
He spent like 2 days trying to find his wallet, and he's like, I can't find it anywhere. And then they were like, yeah, we fucking were fucking with you, dude. Because you were just so out of your mind.
That's
It was so funny. It was great. That was a good time.
That happened to me, kind of. Well, so I was allegedly at a strip club, and then I got home and I couldn't find my wallet or my ID, just my ID, and I was like, oh fuck, where's my ID? And then couldn't find it everywhere, so I was like, fuck, is it Big
It is
Sax
me.
on the mic?
What up? It is SAXON here.
And so I went back there and I was like, fuck, I was like, shit, maybe I just left it there. And so I went there and then I get out of my car and I was just in the parking lot on the ground. And that's why it's all dented.
Oh.
Because someone had run it over.
Oh, shit.
Because they have a gravel parking lot there. And I was like, I'm so lucky. I just fuck, this is going to be so embarrassing. I have to go back in the strip club at, closing, it's morning time. The sun's out. And I have to go ask for my fucking ID. And I just opened my door and I start, I'm like, oh shit.
Fuck.
There you are. And I got back in my car and went home.
Hell yeah.
Wait, do you know High on Privilege too?
Austin Card.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's who that is.
Yeah, we used to play we used to play video games on Skype, him, me, and Micah.
Oh, shit. It's a small world out here, man.
Yeah, him, me, and Micah Wait. Yeah, we all used to play fucking, I think it was League of Legends. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we
That's
played.
so funny.
Yeah.
What a small world.
Right?
Yeah. Austin's sick. He's so
Yeah.
cool.
He's
I haven't
been-
talked to Mike in a while, though, ever since he got huge into Smash.
Oh, that must be who he always talks about who also streams then.
Mike is he plays Smash and
Yeah.
he's sponsored by what's that LAN Center?
Oh
Game Tyrant.
shit!
He's sponsored by
that?
Game Tyrant.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah. So he plays for their Smash team.
Shit.
He goes to a lot of big tournaments and shit.
Right.
He's really good at it.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Austin's been on a couple
League
times
until
now.
I
Oh,
bumped out.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. League sucks now. It's
I
all
want-
good.
So bad
I wanna-
community.
Austin, last time he was here, it was after the Jazz won,
Okay.
and he was fucked up, and it was hilarious, and he was singing a song called Papa.
Yeah.
So I want to just take a clip of him singing the Papa song.
Right. The Papa song was great.
Papa.
Oh shit. Damn. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, you were one drunk boy.
It was the greatest thing.
Hell yeah.
Like, both you, I was rewatching a little bit of it, and both Tavy and Jordan, like, this may be the best one I've ever been on.
Yeah.
Wish I remembered any of it.
Never got
yeah.
to talk to you that night. LOL.
Sick, man. That's dope.
Papa.
Jazz lost game 1 against
Yeah,
Rockets.
yeah.
Yeah.
They better win at least one.
At least one.
Well, what's his buckets out?
Ricky Rubio,
Yeah,
yeah.
Rubio. He's out for like 10 games, I think, or 10 days, I should
Yeah,
say.
10
Yeah.
days.
Not 10 games. Whew.
Who's the cute boy with the blonde hair?
My name's Saxon. I'm a cute boy, apparently.
The cute boy.
Oh, I used to go on fucking Funny Junk when I was like in high school, and they did a thing where they had a Funny Junk live chat, and I was
Yeah.
like, I'm just gonna hop in here, see what goes on. And for some reason there was like 100 people in chat, and the first question there was like 5 of us on camera. And it was like one girl and me, and then like 3 other dudes, and they're like, rate everybody 1 to 10 and who you would fuck. And I came out to be the one that everybody wanted to fuck.
Hey!
Hell yeah.
They were like, you have a. I was like, what the fuck? And they're like, you have a very feminine facial structure. I was like, not sure if that's a compliment or not, but all right, thanks, guys.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I beat the girl even.
Hey, yeah. Well,
I was like, hey then.
what was the other thing that we found out that like someone came in on as a guest and it was another Small World thing? Do you remember? It was weird.
Oh yeah,
We keep making all these connections and it's
it is
like,
really. Everybody, you like mention somebody, and you're like, oh yeah, I used
Yeah.
to,
I have no idea.
Because around here, like you always find like
Oh yeah.
friends of friends of friends, and you're like, oh,
Yeah,
you hang out
really.
with him? We know them.
yeah.
And, like, this type of
One of my
shit.
favorite is everybody's like, oh, you're Dallon's brother. I get that all the time.
Yeah, probably.
Dallon's brothers. The one recurring thing where I'm like, oh, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Dallon's brother.
Right. Yeah, I've never met Dallon before. He knows a lot of people I know too.
At least on Omegle, you can talk to people and call and ask male or female with video on.
Big popular boy.
Omegle's fun if you run into people from similar areas.
Yeah.
I've run into some really cool people on Omegle.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I never
The
have.
last time I haven't been on there in years, but the last time I ran into these 2 girls that went to the U, and I was probably like 16, 17, and they were like, let's all meet up at Lagoon, and then they never showed up. But
Yeah, well.
it was still really interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah. Then I ran into these 2 older dudes that were just drinking, and they were like giving life advice. We were there for like an hour, and they were like, here's what you gotta do. You gotta do this
Right.
and this. So I was like, these guys are really cool.
I
Hell
know. The only people I ever ran into was when I used to do it with a couple of friends, and we would just fuck with people.
Oh yeah.
So never really met anyone cool because
Oh yeah.
when you fuck with people, they usually end up being rude.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Not what Omegle.
Yeah. The best is when people are pretending to beat their meat,
Oh
but
yeah.
then they like
They're like washing a
yeah.
plate.
There's that one where it's the 2 kids who look like they're like high schoolers, and they're
And then the other guy.
yeah,
And
it
then
looks
they
like
both.
they're all rubbing it, and then
Yeah.
they hold up the plate, and then
The
dude
other
holds up,
guys
he's
hold up the
polishing
plate,
his
they're like,
shit.
They're like, yes. Oh yeah, there's always people fucking masturbating and shit on
Yep.
on Omegle and
I-
chat roulette.
Who
It's
wanted to
weird.
fuck
Like who?
me?
Like why would you? I don't get it.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't either.
Like,
Salty,
it just doesn't seem fucking
They're just
fun.
trying to
No.
Louis C.K. people.
right?
Just come right when you come in.
Oh god. It's hilarious that Louis C.K. did comedy bits on what he was actually
Yeah.
doing for
Yeah.
years, and people were like, "This is fucking funny." Oh wait, it's real.
Yeah.
Right?
He was being serious that whole time.
yeah,
Shit.
he wasn't joking.
He's just telling about his life.
Yeah, really.
Like, makes you wonder what else he was telling the truth about.
For real. Shit.
Oh god, he's so funny though.
I love
Like,
this guy, yeah.
despite that, but like, oh man, I was listening to his old stuff the other day. Funniest shit I've ever heard.
It's so good.
Oh, yeah.
Oof, I ran into a lady on Omegle or Meagle who wanted to fuck me that lived 45 minutes away a few days ago.
Dude, why didn't you do it?
Serial killers, that's why.
My friend went out to Wendover for his 21st, right?
Yeah.
And there was like this 40-year-old lady that was trying to fucking fuck him, right?
Oh, God.
And she gave him like $100 in roulette chips to play with.
Oh,
and
shit.
he won like $500 and then dipped out. He was like, "Peace."
My man.
There was the one lady that one night up there that was like a meth head.
Harassing me?
Yeah, harassing Forrest. Like,
Oh, no.
I bet
I
you
was-
do meth and like all this
I
stuff.
was just sitting there because like I was depressed. I had run out of money, so like I just was spending just a couple dollars on penny slots,
Uh-huh.
just waiting for everyone to finish gambling, and I was like just minimum getting like pennies. And this lady came up, sat next to me, and she just started talking to me, like telling me like my son's tweaking up in the hotel room right now. I was like, why are you telling me this? Like, what the fuck? I don't know you.
Right.
She was definitely a tweaker lady. She's like, you're tweaking, aren't you? She's like, I can tell, I can see it. And I was like, I'm just trying to.
Find a
I'm
place-
depressed, not tweaking.
Right?
And she just kept harassing me. Like, she kept sitting there all night, and I was like, I don't know, it was weird. I think she wanted me to go give her that D, or she was trying to find something.
Probably
I don't know.
find
Yeah.
some, yeah.
I was like, no, ma'am, I'm just playing penny slots, not tweaking. She's
Just
like,
trying to kill time.
you're tweaking. I was like, what?
Bitch, I'm not.
Just told me about her son. He was his, that's similar. Like, it's his birthday. Something him and his friend are tweaking up in the hotel. I was like, I don't care.
Right, why are you telling me
This
this?
is why I don't come to Wendover, lady.
Right. You specifically, lady. People like you make me
Right.
sick.
Because there's some really cool people, funny people that show up and talk to you.
Yeah.
But then you have ladies. It's fucking, the sun's coming up. I'm depressed that I lost all my money, and you're asking me if I'm tweaking.
Right?
Really?
Now's not the fucking time.
Gambling's fucking so frustrating.
Yeah, it is.
It depends on if you're good at it or not. I try and play
Yeah.
poker, but sometimes you meet shitheads.
Right.
I've never played poker in Wendover.
Yeah, I've done it a couple times. The last time I was up there, it got really dumb. So we were playing cash game, like $200.
Yeah.
Whatever, like 1-2 binds. And there was this one guy, and he was just like, his wife was sitting there like trying to get him to leave, and he kept playing. And so finally he's like, all right, this is my last hand. I gotta go or whatever. So he like puts his whole stack in, like $180, and I've got like $200. And I look down and I'm like, I've got a good hand. And so like a couple other people call, so there's like all this money in, and it gets to me and I call, and this one lady at the table who folds, she's like, come on, the guy's trying to leave. It's like,
So?
I've got
Means
a
he
good
probably
hand.
doesn't have a good... And it probably means he doesn't have a good hand.
Yeah, she's like, come on, the guy's trying to leave. It's like, we're all playing for fucking money here. You want us all just to fold so we can leave? Like,
Right.
yeah.
You end up taking it down or no?
No, I didn't win that cash game, but I went back to Vegas last time to visit my dad, and I entered a poker tournament, 35 people,
Yeah.
and I chopped it 3 ways,
Hey, that's the way to fucking get it.
$350
Yeah.
it was like a $40 buy-in.
That's
So,
dope, though.
Yeah,
I just wish we could play here online legally.
you can technically. It's gray.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like a Bovada and America's Card Room or the
Right.
I know some,
Poker Stars is the one that I wish we had, but
Right.
it's banned in the U.S. right now. But they're trying to get it worked out that we can have it again.
Right.
That would be ideal.
The
'cause
shit.
Poker Stars is the best.
Well,
but
because it's laid out so perfectly.
It is.
and
It's very. It's an
so
amazing software.
active and-
Yeah.
I'll play on chess later. But yeah, I know some places that are bars that
Doing
may or
some
may not
poker.
be playing for some money.
They got the liquor up front, poker in back.
Well, it was all in the same place. Like, cause like, I've seen actually 2 or 3 bars now, because the one bar they had a poker table set up, and I was like, oh, they're playing poker. Like, I thought, and he's like, yeah, they just do for fun. And then at the end of the game, I saw him, like the bar, the dude that ran it, kind of look around, and then gave a bunch of people money.
Ooh.
So I was like, they're fucking gambling, like, with real
big
money.
time.
Oh yeah.
And then I went in there. I went to so my brother was getting a tattoo, and so it was his first tattoo. I went with him, and then while he was doing that, I just walked around the corner to the bar. I was like, yeah, I'll go get a drink real quick while I'm waiting for him. And I walk in there because it's like 2 in the afternoon. And so, like, no one's really in there. And then, but they have poker. Well, there was people, but, like, poker tables set up everywhere. Just middle of the day, I was like, oh, shit, they play poker in the day. And so I just got my drink, was watching them. I was like, they're definitely fucking playing for money, too, in the middle of the goddamn day.
It's so cool.
Oh, yeah.
I love poker.
Your name's high on privilege on there, too.
Because it's one of those games that, like, easy to pick up, forever to master.
Oh, yeah.
And it's all people watching.
Yeah. It's in a weird... Online poker in particular is in a really weird state right now because a lot of people are trying it. So, in poker theory, you want to try and be one step ahead of your opponent, but all the poker books are built for people who know how to play.
Right.
But online right now is filled with people who just play whatever,
right.
you know? So...
Do you watch any poker people?
Oh, yeah. Run It Up.
Yeah.
Jay Carver.
I love him.
Oh, yeah.
I love Jamie Staples, too.
I think he's been streaming a tournament like the past couple of days. I was watching one of his mods was actually in the final table of one the other day.
Oh shit.
Yeah, she
Really? That's so cool.
Yeah. She in first place, and so they got down to 3 people. It was her and 2 other dudes, and they were trying to chop her and the guy that had the chip lead.
Right.
And the third guy who had the small amount was like, "No, I can play better than you guys. I won't chop, right?" And so he gets knocked out.
Dumbass.
The whole chat was like, "Fuck that guy," because they were getting updates that were like, "Oh, they were trying to chop," and then the guy with the short stack was like, "No, I'm not going to chop because I'm better than you."
With the short stack, why wouldn't you just chop? Yeah, whatever.
So they chop based on ICM or incremental chip management or whatever the fuck that acronym is, and it's funny because ICM actually favors the short stack.
Mm-hmm.
The short stack end up getting more in the long run. In an EV standpoint, expected value, and you always want to make the plus EV play. So if you're short stacked and somebody offers a cut, you should generally take it.
Because
he's like, "No, I'm better than you guys. I can." Yeah, he got knocked out within a couple hands after he didn't accept the chop.
How big of the tournament was it? Because I mean, that could be the difference between like 4 or 5 extra thousand.
I think the difference in pay jumps at that point was like $1,400 between them. So if he had. If he had chopped right then, he would have gotten probably another $900 or so.
What an idiot.
But yeah, I think the difference in pay jump between first and second was like $1,400 or something, or $20. It was $1,400 or $2,800 between first and second.
Still.
And then second and third was second and first was like a $5,400 pay jump or something. But they chopped it first and second. His mod and the guy who had the chip lead at that point.
I like when they do that because.
Yeah, I think.
Smarter.
If I remember, first prize was, I think first place cashed out with $44,000 and second got $35,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I watch a lot of Jamie Staples, who's friends with Run It Up, and because they did the Ultimate Sweat. Did you hear about that? So Jamie Staples was a big guy, like he was probably like 450 somewhere around there. So the bet was, I can't remember, I think it was $250,000 that him, and I think his brother did it too. His brother wasn't big, but he wasn't like...
Oh, it was a prop bet?
It was a weight bet. So
a prop bet.
Yeah, prop bet. And it was... He had to get down to like, I think 200 pounds in a year. And if he wins, he gets like the $250,000.
Yeah.
He made it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was crazy. Like,
there's been some hilarious prop bets. I love those.
Yeah.
I think my favorite was, it was like... the prop bet was like $250,000 that a guy couldn't spend a month in a bathroom.
What?
Living in like a tiny bathroom, and like halfway through they realized that he was gonna be able to do it, and so they like gave him $100,000 to call it off.
Hey,
because he was like, "Yeah, I can live in a bathroom for
easy."
a month." It was pretty funny. Oh no!
Hold on, I'll invite you right now.
I call my girlfriend my bitch, but not in a mean way, but she says that's disrespectful. Can you believe her? Shit my head crazy.
Right? It's fucking crazy. Gold rolling on my wrist.
Definitely.
What a bitch, man.
For real.
Jesus.
God damn.
SMH.
No, you should probably I call girls that I like Deary.
Deary. There you go.
You my bitch.
Right.
Like I said, I'm for the handle of Dominican rum deep. My fucking brain feels heavy as a bowl of oats. It's okay, Austin.
You might want to slow it down or just pick it up. Just go hard.
Right. Well,
one or the other.
He's gonna do both.
There's no middle right now.
Yeah, no, I was doing, well, I was playing Poker Stars here.
Okay.
Because you can, if you live in New Jersey or Vegas, you can still do it online.
Yep.
So there's some workarounds.
Yeah.
And
but if you get caught, there goes all your money.
Right. Yeah. So I was doing some Poker Stars online, but I was just doing 45-cent buy-ins, dollar buy-ins. I didn't want to do any of the big shit, but it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Like I have 3 dreams: podcast, be famous, go through the amateur bracket in boxing, and have 1 professional fight, and be a profitable poker player.
Hell yeah.
And
yeah, your third is definitely one that I agree with.
It'd be so fun.
Yeah, but I'm on Bovada, and I put in $20 and I managed to run it up in $5 turbos up to, I think I'm at $60 right now in like 2 days.
Yeah, that's way good.
Yeah. But, it's got its swings, so I think right now I'm at like 45, but yeah, as long as I'm doing it every day, I can probably build it up slowly.
Right.
But yeah.
What do you like to play most? Like, what do you feel like, what's your most comfortable?
6-ring cash or turbo $5, like $5. Micros.
Yeah.
Or what are they? The 9-seater sit and goes.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are fine. I suck at doing the heads up or the 3-man.
I can't do.
I'm terrible at those.
Yeah.
But if it's I'm really good at doing 9-handed tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
Deep stack tournaments, I have gotten to a point where I can start cashing in those. I'm not hitting final tables yet, but if I join a tournament with like 300 people, it's very likely that I can make it into the money.
Right.
But at that point, you're spending a couple hours and you bust out right near the bubble. You only get like 45 cents.
Right, and it's not worth the time.
Yeah, it's just not worth the time to sit there for a couple hours, and then you make it into cash, and you're like, yeah, now I just gotta hit final table, and then you get fucking like sucked out.
Yeah.
Like, shit.
I think my best like performance wise is I did a 35 5-person turbo on a Sunday, and there was like 37,000 entries or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't cash, but I made it to like I think like 300 before, like 300 prior to bubble.
Yeah.
So like I was close to cashing, but
yeah,
I didn't realize how mentally draining it is.
Yeah.
I just did that match because I was like, I want to take this serious. Because like if I win, it's actually really good money.
Yeah.
But I want to try and take it serious. It is so draining.
Yeah.
Just play it online.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just gotten to a point where if I'm playing a micro stakes tournament, like $3 buy-ins, I can make it to the cash like every time.
Yeah.
But I'm only, because I'm not good enough to hit final tables yet, I'm only making like 45 cents when I get to that point, and that's a couple hours in.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to stick to either $5 turbos or $5 9 seats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched one dude who started with, I think it was like a $10 bankroll, and he would play like 15 micros all at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to watch because like he just pulled his whole screen up, and like you just see how he played. It was crazy, but he turned it into like, I think he's up to like 37,000 now.
Oh yeah.
But it's been like a year and a half.
We'll go in there in a minute, Austin.
Yeah. Nanonoko runs 22 tables at a time.
He's not too good live though.
No, but online
he's a monster.
Crushes. He runs 22 tables at a time, playing 22 different tables.
Oh wait, all online?
Yeah,
22 poker matches.
22 poker tables at the
How
same
do you
time.
even do that?
And he's good. Like he's
good at it. Yeah,
always final tables like at least once a week, maybe twice a week.
Yeah, generally when you're hitting that point, they call it ABC poker. So you follow certain rules where it's like if you have these hands, then you bet this much on the pre-flop, and then depending on how many people are in the hand, then you do. So that he's just mastered ABC poker over 22 hands at the same time.
Jesus.
So he can literally just go.
Yeah,
he's just literally just clicking everywhere.
Yeah, he's entertaining to watch online because like he'll still talk to you as well. Like,
yeah.
He'll be playing other matches in the background and have like the big one up, and he's explaining to you what his process is while he's still playing the other like 20 matches. Yeah. And you're like, how is this guy even functioning right now?
Yeah, it's just because he's mastered ABC poker.
Yeah.
That's so wild.
Yeah. And at micro stakes, all you really need to know is ABC.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, I saw him do because for a while they had the Twitch channel that played the high roller replays.
Yeah.
And he was on there one day, and he was okay.
Yeah.
But it's tough. They did one I entered. It was what did they call it? the low baller or something like that.
Mm.
But you had to win in, like you had to win like an online tournament.
Okay, so you got a satellite in.
Yeah, and what it is you get staked $100,000.
Oh, really?
And you get to play against all these legends.
Oh,
like,
sick.
You name it. There was like they were on at least one episode.
Okay.
And if you managed to make anything over $100,000, so like if you made like you ended with 150,000 chips, you get that $50,000 profit.
Hell yeah.
And whoever scored or whoever made the most money got it was 3-day voucher for some Vegas tournament. And those vouchers equaled out to be like $50,000 as well, because you can go there and play every single tournament you want.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I was like, fuck, that'd be crazy to go do.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Some dude took a huge pot off of, who's the dude who's like the first Poker Stars like sponsor, big celebrity. God, I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I know a lot of
like who's like the like biggest poker legend nowadays that people always talk about. Very eccentric, dresses kind of flamboyant.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
He's been playing poker.
Elkie?
No, he's been playing poker forever.
Dwan? Is it Tom Dwan?
No.
My favorite's Antonio Esfandiari.
Yeah,
he's
like
great.
him
I
a lot.
love that guy.
That
What's the Canadian dude that everybody loves?
That might be who I'm talking about.
What's his name? Wow, I'm blinking so hard right now.
Daniel Negreanu.
Oh yeah, Negroni.
That's who.
Okay.
He took like a $70,000 pot off Negreanu, and
Oh shit.
it was off a bluff too. And everyone
Nice.
was like, "Ha! He got played."
Yeah, Daniel Negreanu. He almost final tabled the World Series of Poker last year.
Yeah.
He busted in like 9th or something. No, it was 10th.
It would have been
or 11th.
so cool to have
He
him on the
was
final.
so close.
Because he talks shit, like funny shit, but he
Yeah.
gets in people's minds.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is the World Series of Poker, they want a high profile player to be on the final table because it boosts their viewership up a ton.
Huge
when
time.
it's 9 people that nobody knows, their viewership actually tanks.
Yeah. Well,
But,
because no one wants. I mean, I always watch World Series of Poker every
Yeah.
year, and like I'll still watch it. But if they're,
Oh yeah.
Who
I
do you
love the
root
World
for?
Series of Poker, yeah.
when it gets down to that point, you're like, who's the coolest dude at this table
Yeah.
right now?
Yeah, it's fun. But yeah, no, I think the funnest series of poker I've watched was I don't know if you've seen the Shark Tank series. They did a series where they had a poker teams. So it was like they took like I think it was 3 or 4 people that would make a team of poker players, and they would had a point scoring system where they were playing for points, and they did this thing called the Shark Tank where they would match up 2 players from different teams against each other, and they would lock them in this room with a tablet that had a poker software on it, and they had to play heads up against each other, locked in this room with just these tablets.
That's
They
kinda
called it the
cool.
Shark Tank. So you had to keep playing until one of you busted out.
Oh shit!
And they had to stand. So like over
Right.
time they would start breaking down because they're sitting there,
Yeah.
stuck in a locked room.
Yeah, that turns into a mental
yeah,
game.
they called it the Shark Tank. It was great.
That's
It was
hilarious.
I'd watch that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great series. I was like, hell yeah, this is pretty cool to watch. But yeah, love World Series. I like the smaller events too as well.
Yeah.
My favorite's the $7 777 or whatever.
What
It's
is-
like a $7,777 guarantee.
Where
It's
do you
like a
watch that one?
$77 buy-in. You can find it online when they do the World Series of
Oh, okay.
Poker side events other than
Right.
the main event. And that one's always fun because you see a lot of like decent like people that you wouldn't see in the main series,
Right.
but they're still good poker players,
Yeah.
and that's always a good one to watch. That's a fun one.
Well, because I bet for a lot of people though, the World Series of Poker is kind of like.
It's the event everybody goes to.
Yeah.
If you're a poker player and you want to play poker, that's the one to go
Right.
to.
But
Especially in the U.S.
I wonder for a lot of professionals though if it's kind of like not worth it because, with that many people playing, like there's still luck in poker.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's why you don't see the same people at the final table every year.
Yeah.
Is it always going to be profitable for them? Is there so many shitty people that all the professionals can stay profitable every year, or is it kind of one of those things where it's still a toss up?
I think most of the people at that point are, it's expected of you to go,
Right.
I think it's just you're expected to be there. A lot of them are probably getting staked by their backers and stuff too to be there,
True.
regardless of how they perform, just because it's the event of the year.
Yeah, sponsors will pay the 30
It's like
grand.
celebrities not showing up to the Grammys. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Right. That makes sense.
They're gonna be there. So.
Yeah, regardless if they make a long push or not.
Yeah.
It's always cool though to see like I think it's funny when it gets down to like 40, 50 people left, and they're like going in depth, like telling you everything about the
they're
person.
giving the player profiles, like trying to get you invested in these people,
And they're like, this is Joe Bush from Texas.
Yeah.
Played poker twice.
Yeah. Works on an oil rig.
Right. It's great,
God
though.
damn it.
And then they zoom in on the one person. They're like, I lost my child 4 years ago.
Right.
You're like, oh no.
Been playing
Is
poker.
this American
ever since.
Idol?
It's kind of what it is.
They try and build, because if they don't have any big famous people in that final, they have to build up.
Yeah.
They try and get you to root for someone.
Okay.
To build in viewership.
That's so
funny.
funny.
Yeah.
They'll start interviewing people who've never been interviewed in their life.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can just tell they're like, yeah, out here.
I play poker.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Did you guys see the Amazon Fire event they did for Twitch? They did an Amazon Fire tournament, and they had a bunch of, like, Twitch celebrities, like Cobalt Streak was on there and a few others. And anyway, the guy that won it was this dude who had never been interviewed in his life, and the girl who was hosting it was the Maria girl from poker.
Oh, yeah.
She was hosting it. So he wins this thing, and like all the confetti shows up, and all these big loud noises and stuff's falling, and they start interviewing him, and they're like, how was it to get to this tournament and win it, blah blah, and he's like, it was good. And they're like trying to get, and he's like, I'd like to thank Mom and Dad.
Right.
Just like completely blank, no excitement, like. And everybody's like,
Forrest can attest to that, because
I've had podcasts like that.
that happened
Oh,
to him.
really?
Yeah, because there's sometimes where like I'll show up late, and one of our regulars, we haven't even talked to him about that. We should give him some shit on Thursday. Jordan, who's our regular on Thursdays.
Okay.
The first time he came on, I was running late, and or no, maybe was it the first time?
It was the first time he came.
Yeah, first time he came on. And Forrest was here by himself, and he would like try to get talking to Jordan. Like Jordan would just give him like closed answered questions, answers, and like just would stop talking.
And like it was like a night. I was like, I don't really feel like drinking tonight. And then so like I was like just sitting here and I was talking to him. I asked him something, and he like basically like, yeah, it was really good. And I was like, oh, so this is how this night's gonna go. Like, all right, we're gonna go get beer real quick.
Not sure what to do with my hands.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd suck. It's just, what do you do?
Get stuff.
I was just like, I guess I'm running this tonight.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to get drunk so I can just talk my way out of this one.
I feel.
Because at least with both of us, like if there's like ever an awkward like long silence, like I don't even think we really ever had one.
Yeah.
But like I could just go like, we could just talk about some story we've already told.
Yeah, for sure.
There's stuff that we know that could just hopefully spark conversation with other people.
And that's the thing. It's just basically, like kind of, what we're doing now. We just get into different topics. So as long as we just talk, someone's like, oh, okay, this reminds me of something.
Right.
Cool. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's gotten a lot easier when we have new people on.
Yeah, I bet.
It's just like, people come, they're nervous, like, never been around, don't know who we are, so, I understand, too, I'd be the same way.
Absolutely.
Going somewhere.
Yeah.
But then, like, it's like, come on, we're gonna talk to you.
Yeah,
Just talk.
we're just talking.
Oh, yeah. No, if it was me from, like, high school, it would be awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's how I'd be back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Just
I was so shy. Hell, I would be like, nope.
right?
You're not getting anything out of me, I'm sorry.
I'm kind of blown away the people who can, like... It was big on YouTube. Like, you don't see many Twitch streamers now who just talk to themselves without talking to chat.
Uh-huh.
But, like, back in the day when, like, YouTube Let's Plays were big and it was just solo stuff.
Yeah.
Like, there's people who made, like, thousands of videos just by themselves.
Yeah.
That's gotta be hard.
Oh, I can only imagine.
I
mean, there's people that... Chugga Conroy in particular is one that made it huge.
Yeah.
Where he would just talk... He would play video games and talk.
Right.
And he made it huge. He didn't even have a camera.
No,
on his
he
face.
didn't.
He just played the game.
There was a guy that I used to watch. No one really knows what happened to him. He had a weird name. It was like SSOHPKC.
Okay.
And he made it up to like 2 million subscribers, but he was quantity person. So he would put out like anywhere between 3 to 8 videos a day. And they were just gameplay videos.
Yeah.
But like he never stopped talking.
Yeah.
But it never got like annoying either. It was weird.
Mm-hmm.
But he just kind of disappeared. Everyone got really worried that he like passed away, and then he came back with a video saying that he had like some weird like skin disorder and like I don't know, a bunch of problems. Then he just disappeared again.
Yeah, there's one Twitch streamer that something similar happened to. What's his name? He was a Pokemon streamer. Alex, what's his name? But he got really huge. He blew up, went crazy, tons of viewers, and he was actually doing a bunch of sponsored stuff through Twitch, like showing up on their like Twitch Weekly shit that.
Okay.
Like he got huge, and then next thing you know, he's just gone, disappeared. And I like went looking, I was like googling around, like what the hell happened to this guy, and it turns out he got sick or something, and just he got to a point where he couldn't do what he was doing, and he just dropped off.
That's
like just disappeared. He went from because he was doing both. When he was streaming, he was getting a couple thousand viewers, and then he was doing the vodcasting that had just started, and even his vodcasts were getting a couple hundred to 1,000 views just watching his vods.
Damn.
Yeah.
My one talent
crazy.
is that I can ramble on for hours to myself. I just need to make that into stuff people actually want to listen to me talk about. Salty, I want to listen to you talk always, so there's more people like me out there. You just gotta find them.
Oh yeah. What are we battling about?
Yeah, what are you guys battling about? Discord up, cunts. I'm too lit. You're salty.
What are we gonna battle?
We'll get in there at the end of the podcast.
Right? About to be a fight, right? I just lost my train of thought. There's something to do with that. No, it's weird. Like you don't hear many people like actually passing away either who do like Twitch that are big.
Oh yeah.
It's weird that there hasn't been one that's like, oh my god.
I have big news in that front that just broke 2 hours ago. It's really sad actually. Total Biscuit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just announced he's retiring from game critiquing. He's
really?
He's had cancer for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he just announced today that it's gotten to a point that they can't do anything anymore. He's just too far. And I mean, he's lived way longer than
absolutely
they expected him to, so that's insane. But yeah, he's said he's at a point where there's no treatment that it can be done left. They're trying to find clinical trials, but there's no guarantee.
That's sad.
And so he's like, I'm no longer going to be doing game critique videos, and all his stuff he's trying to get set up so that his wife can take it all over.
That's fucking sad.
He won't give a date of when he's expected to,
right.
But yeah, he said he's basically, it's come to the point where he's got to try and set up a legacy, and
there's a time limit on him.
Yep.
That's fucking
really sad. That broke like 2 hours ago.
I
was sitting there at dinner when I saw it, and I almost broke down in the restaurant. I was like, this sucks, man.
Yeah, that sucks so bad.
Dude's a legend.
He is a legend. He's been a cornerstone of
everything, all online gaming since the dawn of YouTube, and that's crazy.
It's really sad. I'm like tearing up right now. I'm like, oh damn. Yeah, it sucks.
Couldn't have happened to like
a better guy.
Yeah,
really.
like he's done so much for the gaming community and charities and everything.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Yeah, so he's just trying to get that all set up so that he leaves a legacy, which he will.
Right.
With everything that he's done, it's.
Oh yeah, he already is a legend.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, it's shitty.
Yeah.
Hopefully the best to him and his family for these last little while.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of, now if that just broke today, I bet there's going to be a lot of cool stuff going on for him.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently the rest of this time he's switching his channel over, so it's him and his wife Jenna. Mm-hmm. They're going to be doing the rest of everything together, basically. He said there's going to be a lot more live streams of them playing games together.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's actually so fucking sad. Dude, those sad streams, oh fuck.
Yeah.
They're going to keep it happy, but it's
but still thinking about it,
fuck. Knowing that
there's going to be that day where it's
the
stream that happens where
yep,
everyone's going to find out.
Mm-hmm. But he's also, the co-optional podcast, he's trying to get it set up so that she'll take over his position, so she'll probably be hosting it. Right. Apparently she's going to be filling in for Dodger while she's on maternity leave, so...
That's cool.
So she'll be getting introduced to that, so...
Right.
But yeah, he's just, just trying to set it up so that he can leave behind his legacy and then both be able to have his legacy support his family.
Right. And I think the cool thing that'll happen is, there's so many people who...
Oh, yeah.
Owe him thanks for their careers that I'm sure they'll.
Yeah, there's going to be an outcrying of love and support.
Yeah.
It's going to be wonderful in that regard. But
because I used to watch like him when he was doing all the StarCraft stuff.
Oh
and,
yeah.
You know that got huge there, and you know it's just crazy.
I watched StarCraft because of him. I've watched every single Shoutcraft Kings because he set that up. That's such a fun tournament to watch.
Amazing.
And I love his co-optional. I've seen every episode. I've even tried going back to the old the TGS podcast,
right?
Back when they were the game station. Yeah.
Is this your water?
What? I have no idea whose that is.
Yoink.
Yeah.
Thirsty boy.
So we got that coming.
Yeah, but I guess there's.
Man, I'm looking at the average, one of the most popular Twitch streamers as of May, no, as of today. And Ninja obviously is number one.
Oh yeah.
His average viewership is 114,000 now.
Oh yeah.
That's so ridiculous.
Yeah, dude makes fucking bank.
And then Bungie. Is that just a Bungie channel, I guess?
Bungie is it's probably like Destiny related, I imagine.
Yeah, it's Destiny 2. And there's just 87,000. They're number 2.
Who is it?
Destiny or Bungie.
Yeah.
And then Epicenter _RU.
Epicenter RU is Dota 2. They run some Dota 2 tournaments.
And then so it's just like those. Ninja's still beating them. And then Shroud.
Yep, of course.
And then just a bunch like Overwatch leagues.
Yeah.
And more.
Where's Dr. Disrespect on that list?
He's dropped quite a bit.
A lot of
Soda Poppin's number 9.
Soda Poppin,
but he's dropped 22%.
Well, he's been playing shitty games.
And then the Warcraft channel.
That's because Warcraft channel's
Dr.
been doing...
Disrespect is number 15.
Yeah, Warcraft channel's been doing their yearly Warcraft tournaments, like the arena, and they've done dungeon run tournaments now. Have you seen those? Those are fun to watch. I like
it's because
those.
people have been saying this shit since World of Warcraft has been out and Twitch has been a thing. We need competitive raiding in dungeons.
Yep. It's great. I love watching that.
Finally here.
Yeah,
because Arena's not personal opinion. Arena got boring to watch after like season 3.
I got you. Yeah.
Because like it's just the same fucking shit over and over and over. Like they don't change classes up enough to change the best rotation for 3-mans.
Yeah, I got you.
You know, it's always been similar, but competitive dungeon running is so intense.
Yeah, it's great to watch. I love it.
Me and Forrest though were talking about that one night, the Dr. Disrespect thing and all his, drama.
Yeah, I was here for that. That was me.
You okay? Yeah. Perfect. And then I guess we don't need to explain it because
I brought it up. I was like, let's talk about this. But yeah, no, he definitely lost a little bit from that.
I'm blown away he lost as much as he did.
Yeah.
Because stuff like that isn't other people's business.
I think that was when Ninja actually came into the forelight.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so. I think in that time period, Ninja was like the one that jumped into the spotlight and took it.
I know Ninja's always been, a known.
Yeah.
But man, he really took off. Like,
They
what
got
was
out
it
of
that
nowhere.
made him like?
So Ninja actually was originally a Halo pro.
Yeah. Well,
I
know he's always been around, but like, what made him just like?
He got big. He was the first H1Z1 pro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was the first sponsored H1Z1 player, and he was like number 1 on the leaderboards, huge pro player in H1Z1, and then he transferred to PUBG. He actually wasn't as good as at PUBG, and then Fortnite came out, and then Fortnite blew up in popularity because it was free, and he already had a higher viewership from his shooting.
Oh shit! So then it really
so it was just the right place, right time moment.
Yeah, because
he skyrocketed.
Because wasn't he averaging like anywhere between like 2,000 to 5,000 per stream?
I think at the time when he started Fortnite, he was averaging 6 to 7K.
6 to 7K.
Because that was about what he was getting on PUBG.
Right, and then obviously
then went to 100 and.
Well, because Fortnite's so big, you see the top person on Fortnite, and he fucking dominates every time
and
he
plays. Gets like people like fucking Drake and.
Yeah, because when PUBG was popular, the top 3 were Dr. Disrespect, Shroud, Anthony Kongfan, Ninja, and Grims.
Right.
And Grims and Ninja.
That fucking guy.
I hate Grims, but Ninja and
everywhere.
Grims were both H1Z1 pros. They were both pro players in H1Z1. Dr. Disrespect is Dr. Disrespect, and Anthony Kongfan was, I think, core. Was it, I think it was Curse?
Yeah.
I think.
God, that dude. Shout out to that dude. He's been around for
Anthony
so long.
Kongfan has been around a long time.
He's really put in the hours. I came across him when Diablo 3 came out.
Yeah.
And he was just grinding Diablo 3 hardcore, trying to find legendaries and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, this dude... That was back when he had like 500 people watching.
Yeah.
It's like, shit. No, it's funny. We don't follow Grimm's or anything. But every time Forrest is searching shit, he'll just click on a random game and Grimm's is there.
Yep.
And then it's like, fuck, man.
Grimm's is always trying to get in on the big game.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was. I lost a lot of respect for Grimm's when he had his big old Twitter meltdown rant.
I didn't even. I don't follow him at all. I don't know anything about him really. Didn't Ninja break his record of concurrent viewers without Drake at an event he hosted recently, while also giving out like $1,000 pots of people who either killed him?
So he ran a solo tournament where he basically he was playing 10 games of Fortnite, and if you found him in game and killed him, you got $1,000. And I think if he won, then they would donate $10,000 to charity or something like that. I think this was how it was. So he won 2 of them. He died in second place in I think 3 of them, and then the other 5 he lost without getting in. I don't know if he got in the top 5 or whatever, but
that's pretty fucking cool. I didn't know he did that.
Yeah, but I mean,
How many viewers did he get up to?
I know it was over 100,000. There was over 100,000 people watching him.
Well, because the Drake one got up to 600K.
I don't know if he got 600K.
Because that was wild, because we were here streaming, and fuck. Everyone was like, dude, Drake is on, and then Juju Smith's on, and then Travis Scott's on. We're like, what the fuck is going on?
Logic wanted to play.
Yeah, Logic wanted to play.
They're like, what?
It's kind of a cool moment to be like streaming
That
and
was
have
a
that
really
going
cool
on.
moment, yeah. It's probably one of the best moments in Twitch. I think Ninja is a great face for Twitch as well, though.
I do too. It beat his Drake
Okay,
record.
so he broke over 600,000. That's awesome.
Damn.
What a monster.
For giving $1,000 for anyone who beats it, kills him.
Yeah, I think whoever killed him in game got $1,000.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I
and
like
then I
that
think
idea.
if you, I believe if it was if you won, they were gonna donate $10,000 to charity.
Shit.
And he won 2 of them out of the 10 games, and he got second place in 3 others.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
No, you hear people talking shit on Ninja, and I'm like, why would you talk shit on this guy? This guy's like evolving, watching shit for like it's helping everyone who streams.
People are always gonna try and cut down the guy who's at the top.
Right.
You know, because they feel bad about themselves. You know.
Right. Even the whole him dropping
he was rapping.
Right. People try to turn that into this huge deal.
It's not like a freaking
PewDiePie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like a PewDiePie situation. You know, he was rapping.
He was listening to music. I do that too in the car. I'm not gonna lie. Like if there's a song on and I fucking like that song, guess what's getting said?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like he should just replace it with Ninja.
Right. There you go. That'd have been hilarious.
Yeah, he did, but it's the context that matters, I think, in that situation.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, he was rapping, he apologized afterwards for it, you know. It's not like PewDiePie where, well, I mean, he ad-libbed, yes.
Oh, he did?
It wasn't actually in the lyrics, but he ad-libbed.
Oops.
Yeah.
Well, you know, sometimes you gotta remix it.
Yeah.
Wait, so that's
he was
funny.
rapping a song, forgot the lyrics, and said the N-word, I guess.
Well, you know.
Maybe he thought that's what the word, who knows, but...
Yeah, he did a good job at keeping.
It's not a
what
PewDiePie
did he?
situation.
I've never seen it. Like, what did he?
You can find the clip of it, but he's like rapping a song or whatever.
Did he like panic after? Or?
I don't know. I've just seen the clip of him and he starts rapping and then he says it and then people are like, "Oh no, oh god," you know.
People blow it way out of proportion.
Yeah,
because like,
for sure.
Like even the PewDiePie thing was.
He was using it in a derogatory way.
Yeah.
Ninja was not using it in a derogatory way.
Yeah, PewDiePie's thing was like, you definitely don't do that.
Yeah.
But and that's a crazy thing in itself that PewDiePie was so big, that still happened and nothing changed.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's when you're that high up, it's very little can bring you down.
Right.
You know.
I think he lost like 2 sponsorships and then gained 2 more. Like.
Yeah.
It's like when you're that big.
New sponsorship, KKK.
Right.
We want to sign you, boy.
You know, Lil Dicky woke up in Chris Brown's body, so
yeah.
Right. God damn it, salty. Yeah, it's weird. That goes back to the Dr. Disrespect thing though. Like,
yeah,
to me that wasn't a big deal. that didn't change my opinion of him at all.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, people cheat.
Yeah.
Why is this shocking?
Yeah.
And I think people forget too, like, when you get big, like Dr. Disrespect is, and you're like, I know he dresses up and he looks like a goon, but dude's 6'7", built to shit.
Yeah.
Like, women find him attractive.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna get offers.
Yeah.
So, you know, I guess I just don't see that as a big deal. If he, like,
Yeah.
you know,
There's certain things that are forgivable and certain things that aren't.
right.
And context is what matters, really.
Right.
So, yeah. Ninja, I don't see why that's a problem. You know, it happened. Shit happens.
Right.
And obviously it didn't affect him. He's
No.
still, you can always tell when he's streaming.
Yep.
His Fortnite has a couple thousand viewers.
Even if he's not streaming, it's always #1 at this
Yeah.
point. Unless I think the only time it gets topped is it will be topped by the international that's coming up. When is that? It's like next month, isn't it?
I think it's mid-month, May like 15th.
It's like mid-May. I always love the
It's been
international.
nighttime's weird though, because Fortnite fluctuates a lot between
really?
the top 5 big
Let's see what it
ones.
is right now.
Because like
That's
PUBG
all
will,
in, but
Fortnite's down. Okay. They're
Yeah,
probably, they're doing their patch.
Right.
Season 4 starts tomorrow.
yeah, nighttime Twitch is weird because it will fluctuate from, like, the #1 spot will usually be different most nights
Yeah.
around like midnight, 1 o'clock.
Okay.
But obviously, nighttime is a fraction of what daytime is.
Yeah, and then I imagine when Elohim jumps on, it probably screws up.
League of
A lot,
Legends
too.
gets really big like right at like 5 a.m. because Cutie Pie gets on,
Mhm.
and then what's his butt, Dyrus and like 2 other people like get on at like 5 a.m. and League of
Yeah.
Legends goes #1.
Yeah. And
Stardew
then,
Valley
whatever.
was really high today.
I think because a patch just came out today.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah,
It was one of the
there's
top
What?
games.
Yeah, Stardew Valley had a patch today, I believe. One of the, you can build a house for one of the girls now, I think.
Oh fuck yeah, dude! I love that game so
It was
much.
one of the. it's
Yeah, they had a
still-
patch today, I believe.
Oh.
Also,
on the
Binding of Isaac
top
had a
three.
huge patch today. They had,
Really?
They had its final
What's this one?
free DLC upgrade.
Oh
It
shit!
introduced like 80 new items, like 200 and something new rooms, and a
Okay,
new
because
boss.
I love Binding of Isaac too.
Yeah,
Man, this is the best gaming night I've ever heard.
There's a
Brawl
big patch
Hollow?
today, yeah.
Brawl?
Brawlhalla, there's probably a tournament. That's like a
Oh.
PC Smash.
Okay.
I don't know if I've even ever heard of that one.
Yeah, it's a PC fighting game similar to Smash.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What was the PlayStation version of Smash?
PlayStation All Stars.
I fucking really liked that game, but it just didn't run as
Yeah.
good as Smash.
True.
I was like, wait a minute, I can play this.
Oh, started closed beta for multiplayers today. Oh shit.
Wait a minute.
It was pretty high. That's what I was wondering.
Hell
Like
yeah.
that's 5,000 right now, but earlier, like each player on it had 5,000.
Oh yeah.
Like I clicked on one and he said this is like the dude got big from playing.
Oh,
He was-
Salty's got a code for you guys.
Dude, I will suck your dick.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
I have 600 hours in Stardew Valley.
I own it.
got a
I've never played
problem.
it.
There's something about something about that game that spoke to me on a really deep level.
Hell yeah.
And
How much is it?
20
Like
bucks.
20 bucks, yeah.
I was
It's
gonna
like
say
$20. Yeah.
I'm finna buy a Windows and
Do you happen to have a Windows key? A Windows 10
You can
key?
pick them up on sites. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna name sites.
Yeah.
Key sites for like $30.
Okay.
So you don't have to go through Microsoft for $110 for
So
a
we got
key.
that bad boy, and now we have everything except a Windows key.
I just need to
Yeah.
put the hard drive
Get
in.
one on sites for like $30. That's what I would do.
Okay.
Dope.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, I just need
no
to.
point in buying a $110 key through Microsoft.
No,
It's awful.
I just need to do that, and then I'm good.
I'm finna start streaming some
I
Stardew
was gonna say
Valley
because
today.
then Wes can go home. I can stay here.
We can game stream.
Oh yeah.
Because, I don't know if you know how to do it,
Do
but
you think this would be able to run Stardew Valley?
yeah, Stardew Valley isn't super
Dope.
intensive. But
Maybe I'll download that on.
I'm so down. You have no
Oh
idea.
yeah. That's awesome.
But we were talking to someone, and I've seen people do it, but so we set it up so the Topshelfers stream
Mhm.
is showing my individual stream and Forrest's individual stream.
Okay.
So it's split in half, showing both of us.
Yeah.
And then we're at home streaming on our personal accounts as
Okay.
well.
Yeah.
I don't know how to set that up, but that's what would be cool to do, because then all 3 of them are running at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Whether people are watching us here or on our personal ones wouldn't really matter at that point.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I'm trying to think of how. Oh, the only thing I can think is window capture in OBS with both of our streams up.
Yeah, so I think that is like we'd be watching it on internet on those, split it in half.
Yeah, so this one, like, so the Topshelfers one be pretty delayed.
Yeah.
Which is okay, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But so yeah, we would just have to do window capture, whatever, screen capture, and have like one of us up here, one of us down here, and then doing OBS screen capture, whatever, window capture, and then just boom, both of us. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
I'll double check. I think it's jumping Luminar. You enter into the beta box and properties for the game.
Dang.
Time to play first of the month on my boombox. Right, Go Eagles?
It's the first of the month.
I forgot it's May 1st today.
Oh, snap.
Time's flying by. When does the new Star Wars movie come out? May 4th?
I don't know.
No, unfortunately, it's May 20th.
Oh, is it?
Avengers comes out on May... Or no, May...
Avengers is
came
out.
The
Yeah.
Avengers movie is out, yeah.
Which one's coming out? I know one of them's coming... Or maybe they just moved it earlier.
Maybe.
I know they were putting... maybe that's why, because Avengers was supposed to come out May 4th, and I was like, why the fuck would Disney put Avengers on Star Wars Day?
So it broke the weekend record like everyone was expecting it to.
Yeah.
But not by as much as I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Because Force Awakens held it, obviously. And
Yeah.
It broke it only by like... I mean, only, but it was like 7 million.
Mm-hmm.
But compared to what people thought it was going to do.
Yeah.
Because I think... Or wasn't even 7... I think Force Awakens had 249.7 million sales first weekend. Infinity Wars had 251 or something like that.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, they, I don't know if you've seen it, and if you don't want spoilers, you shouldn't go looking for it, but they released a promo picture of the promo, you know, you've seen the promo
Yeah.
where it's got all the characters or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they released the promo, but they removed all the characters that died.
Oh shit! For this first Infinity Wars
Yeah.
part.
So there's, if you compare them, you can see they released a promo pic with all the characters that are dead removed from it.
That's
Like even cut their names out of the top of it.
Man,
and
they
shit.
fucked up. That's a big fuck up.
I'm not gonna look.
Well, no, it's
kinda
because
wanna
I mean
watch
it's
it,
been out. So, but if you're
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I hope people aren't sharing it around, but it was on like front page of Reddit where it was like spoilers.
See, yeah,
Here's a promo picture of all the characters that died removed from the promo picture that they released.
I'm good at avoiding spoilers for the most part, but I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies coming out this month. Deadpool 2 comes out. this
Deadpool
month.
2 is gonna be great.
Oh yeah,
Let's see
fantastic.
what else we got.
The first Deadpool's got to be one of the best movies
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah,
So funny.
So Solo, Deadpool 2.
Solo is gonna be sick.
What's Overboard?
Fingers
Gambino,
crossed. I'm right.
hell yeah. I'm so sad they scrapped the Deadpool comic that they were gonna do. That was
Yeah.
written by Gambino.
I know they should have just went with it. Is Gambino like the fucking coolest person in the world though?
Yes, he is.
It's like,
He's dope.
how many people can say they've won a Grammy? What's the TV one called? Is that Oscar?
I can't remember.
He's won the TV
Yeah.
multiple ones for Atlanta.
Yeah.
I think he's been nominated to win a Grammy for movies. Like dude just fucking does it all.
Yeah.
And I found out he did stand up. His stand up is hilarious.
You haven't ever seen it?
No, I saw it probably like 5 or 6 months ago.
Oh, he did it back in the day when he was doing that. His YouTube? He started YouTube. It was Whitest Kid, you know?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
what it's
I
from?
love White.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, was it that one?
Trevor
no, it
Moore
wasn't.
got a special on Comedy Central, just barely.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
and then he had that show that came out way back then. It's still hilarious, Mystery Team.
Yeah.
That one's fucking hilarious. Yeah, then he did stand up right after that, and then
Yeah, I just barely came across the stand up.
then he just got lucky after that one. Or no, so I think no, he was in movies and doing his music. Oh yeah, because he was in fucking that one show, Community.
Yeah.
And then he just got in tons of movies. Like he was in the fucking Martian.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
tons of stuff.
Yeah, they did. So yeah, they there was 24 superheroes in Infinity Wars, and they kill off 12.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but
Yeah.
So you've seen it?
No.
Oh, you just had it spoiled.
I just don't care.
Ah, okay. Because I want to know what like I've read mixed reviews. Like a lot of people are saying, you know, it lives up to the hype, but then
Yeah.
some people hate it.
So my friend saw it tonight actually, and she said it's like you watch the whole movie, and then right at the end they kill off everybody.
that's what I
Oh,
heard.
Like
wow.
the final like 5 minutes, they just kill off a ton of people.
What?
What did you time him out?
Ooh, did he spoil?
No, he just said I cried.
Well then.
Yeah, I want to see it because I think it's just an event thing.
Boyo.
But I'm kind of the same thing. Like, I
Yeah.
don't really. I'm not a big superhero guy. I love the Doctor Strange,
Okay. Yeah.
but just because Doctor Strange is way different,
Mm-hmm.
I could care less about the rest of them.
Yeah.
Spider-Man: Homecoming was cool.
Yeah, the Spider-Man Homecoming was good.
Yeah, I like
The fuck?
that one too.
It's got that Donald Glover in it.
Oh, yeah.
He's in it. Childish, always, everywhere.
I just love all the Peter Parkers.
Yeah. The old ones.
I
are
like
so
the
funny.
picture of all of them together. It's so.
You have
That's
bitch Peter
really-
Parker, you have Teenage Angst Peter Parker,
Yeah.
you have cool Peter Parker,
I
you
like.
have Drake Bell as Peter Parker.
You're right.
Knockoff Peter Parker. I
Yeah,
should
knock
say.
off Peter Parker.
I like Spider-Man 3.
Too close for spoils.
Well, now I guess I'm gonna have to ruin the movie for me because now my curiosity is too big.
You're gonna watch or see who dies?
Yeah.
Not me. I want to cry.
Don't worry, I won't say anything.
Yeah, I saw the first Avengers in theaters, but I went with everybody. Everybody was high when we went, so half of us ended up passing out
That's so
in the
fucking
movie
funny.
theater. Yeah. No, I enjoyed the first Avengers. I love Deadpool. What other
Yeah.
superhero movies have I
I
seen?
saw Deadpool in theaters by myself.
That's awesome. It's a good movie. Deadpool 2 is gonna be sick. I need to go see Super Troopers 2.
Yeah.
Me too. I heard it wasn't like some people didn't like it, but
Well, yeah, of
I
course.
still want to fucking see
People
it.
always want to fucking hate on sequels.
Yeah. But they self-funded or like they got like crowdfunding to
Yeah.
make that movie and stuff.
Hell yeah.
So that's super cool. And there's a
Dope.
few I need to see this month.
Yeah.
Solo for sure.
Solo, of course. Yeah. Can't
And
pass
it
up
looks
on
like
that.
they're doing pretty good, like, just like a super good sci-fi, not, you know, like the Force, because, you know, Han Solo didn't believe in the Force. So, which is weird to think. He sees it happen constantly, doesn't believe in it.
Rogue One was a weird one to watch because I was like, "There's no Jedi in here. There's no lightsabers.
Right.
This is a Star Wars movie." And,
Right.
I mean, it's all right, but I was like, I watch Star Wars movies to watch lightsaber fights. That's cool.
Sure.
That's what I like enjoy.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I loved Kingsman. I don't know if you saw.
Oh, that's so
I saw
fucking
Kingsman 3 times in theaters. The first one.
I love that movie so
good.
much.
So good.
Kingsman 2 is still pretty good, too.
I haven't seen Kingsman 2 yet. I need to.
It's still, like, you know, Kingsman movie
Yeah,
for sure.
Kingsman
But the
movies are
funniest is,
amazing.
like, when that Kingsman first came out, no one knew what it was about.
Yep.
So, like, these families were bringing their kids to this movie.
Oh no.
And then, like, oh, it's a spy movie.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking just brutal.
Have you seen it's Game Over Man, I think, on Netflix?
Yeah.
With the workaholics
Workaholics.
guys.
That one's
I
pretty-
did not expect that movie to be like that. I was like, oh, this should just be a comedy. It's gonna be like, you know, a bunch of waiters taking out like gonna. Then it's like, oh God,
So
what did I
funny.
walk into?
What does he say? He throws his dick at her. He's like, right in the numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. The Kingsman movies are pretty gory. It's good though. Did you get your fill?
Yeah.
Nice. You happy or sad?
I don't want to say. I don't want to give anything away.
Just all too
Stuff
Time you out.
happens.
Yeah. It sounds like it.
Yep. But you know, it's Infinity War, Infinity Gauntlet. Shit's gonna go down.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if people, because like I'm not into comic books, but like I like to read about comic books,
Mm-hmm.
and like I don't think a lot of like new age superhero fans realize like how big of a pimp daddy Thanos is.
Oh yeah.
Like they think, oh, it's just another villain. It's like
No.
not quite, not quite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like besides what's the World Destroyer's name?
I know what you're talking
Big
about.
dude that wears like the
The
weird like
purple
pink.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides him, like Thanos is like the top dude.
Yep.
I don't know if they'll ever have him in it though.
I doubt it. They could though, because they're not following the comics exactly.
Right. Let me see what that guy's name is.
That's what I had. That's why I had a big problem with The Walking Dead. Because if you follow the comics,
That's what my brother said.
yeah, they So spoilers for people who watch the show. They killed off Coral.
Yeah.
In the comics, he doesn't die.
Right.
Yeah, he doesn't become the leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Isn't the old man Carl theory or whatever for the show? That's what a lot of people thought it was going to be.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, they killed off Coral.
Yeah, Coral.
His
And I
dad
was
was
like-
pissed
Oh yeah.
because he had devoted his whole life to this. People are still thinking it's gonna, like, I didn't see it. Like, I don't know if there's a way for him to, if it showed him die, whatever. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But, like, people are like, oh, no, he's coming back.
Yeah. In the comic though, he doesn't die.
No.
He he becomes a badass.
Yeah. Galactus is who I was
Galactus,
thinking.
okay, yeah.
He, besides Thanos, he's like the...
Yeah, when I was playing fucking Hero Clicks, there was people that were getting Galactus, and it was like, what the fuck?
Right?
Anybody who had those big dudes, you didn't want to face them. It was crazy.
I've had the... Oh, where's my key?
The death spell for me for Infinity War. But by a blessing of God, I've managed to forget who dies, so I will teleport to Utah and shove a sock in your mouth to keep from being re-spelled. No, I won't. I'm big on anti-spoils. Like,
Me too. I'm not
Oh yeah.
I don't.
If I'm ever gonna spoil, I spoil alert.
Yeah.
Right,
Big
absolutely.
spoilers coming.
That's what we did with Star Wars, like, because we wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like really close after the release. So, actually, it wasn't that close, was it?
It was pretty close,
With
yeah.
Alec, but we're like, hey, spoilers. We're
Yeah.
not
It
gonna
was
say anything
still
for
in
like,
time where it was in theaters.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't see in theaters, so...
Yeah.
right.
You put up the spoiler finger.
Yeah. Gave a couple
Spoiler
minutes for
finger?
people to like figure it out, and then we talked about it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I was a big fan of The Walking Dead. Like,
Mhm.
started watching it released, watched up to like season 5-ish.
Yeah.
And fell off. I was like, this is
Yes.
kind of got boring. And I got my parents into it, and they loved it. My dad really hates it now.
Mm-hmm.
My mom's still into it, but like I watched this last season. It is hot garbage.
Yeah.
Like, not only is the story hot garbage, nothing happens, but all the actors like seem to have just gave up.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Well, it's because they're not following the comics anymore.
Yeah.
They're taking their own creative direction, and the writers aren't good at it.
yeah, it was just
They already introduced the character that in the comics become Herald of Galactus. Howard the Duck is Herald in some of the comics.
oh really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Remember him? He was just randomly in that wood.
That's kind of interesting. I didn't know that. Maybe that was the shout out when the Collector in Guardians of the Galaxy
Becomes
whatever.
Herald in the MCU.
Weird.
Yeah, my uncle loved comics. It was kind of like Mallrats. Back in the day when they had comic shops at the mall, my uncle would take me. I was a little kid. He would take me in while he would go get comics.
That's dope.
So,
Yeah. I hate people who have arguments of who the most powerful superhero is. Because if you're going canon variants, technically the Flash is the strongest superhero in all canon.
Right.
If you're going non-canon, then Deadpool has actually killed all the superheroes as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, hasn't he killed most of them?
Yeah, in non-canon, Deadpool has killed all the superheroes.
Uh-huh.
In canon, the Flash has a canon version where he can move so fast that he can travel through space and time.
Yeah.
So,
I've
Makes
never
it-
seen it. I've heard of it though.
Makes them
yeah.
impossible
When people
to
are like,
kill.
"Who's the most strongest superhero?" I'm like, "The Flash."
Yeah.
If we're going canon, if non-canon, Deadpool.
I wish DC just didn't. I don't know what they.
I'm so goddamn boring.
Yeah, I don't know what they do wrong with their movies. Wonder Woman was pretty tight.
I liked Wonder
The
Woman.
problem is they just don't promote them very well, I think.
And-
I mean, they're still good movies, but they're not.
I wasn't a huge fan of Justice League. I thought it was slow. And they
Everybody
didn't-
hated Justice League though.
Yeah.
They're not good at it compared to DC.
Yeah, and like I was pumped for Superman vs. Batman. That movie's just
Or Marvel,
boring.
whatever. I forget.
Boring.
Justice League I thought was more boring.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck. Then it's
Which
gonna be
one's Green
super boring.
Lantern.
Wow, that was a ball drop if I've ever seen a ball drop. Yeah, I mean Suicide Squad. For me,
Suicide Squad sucked too, though.
yeah, I got lucky with Suicide Squad though because everyone was shit talking on it.
Yeah.
So I didn't go see it in the theaters. I just barely watched Suicide Squad like 2 months ago maybe, and I was going in expecting the worst movie, and I was like,
I liked it.
this isn't the worst movie I've ever seen.
I actually like that one.
Yeah,
It's a lot of people. Like I was reading online, and it's like most people like online's favorite superhero one.
Yeah.
I was like, it was just the early thing came out and everyone talked shit, kind of like Star Wars, but
Yeah, I think it's a movie that if you just want to have fun, it's
it's
definitely good.
yeah.
Well, Salty, what I'm saying is a lot of people are always like Superman versus Batman, and everybody's like Batman because he can plan ahead for everything. The Flash can travel through space and time. Batman cannot predict that the Flash is going to go back in time and kill him when he's a baby.
Right.
You know?
It makes them. Yeah.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. So if somebody's like Batman or fucking Superman, I'm like the Flash.
Yeah, the Flash has got it. I thought Deadpool Killing Everyone was canon, but in a different universe. Also in the comic, Deadpool also killed the writers and authors of Deadpool.
Yeah, that's true. That is a really good comic. I enjoy that comic. But I don't know if you can consider it canon or not.
See, that's the thing that the reason why I haven't gotten to comics is there's more like confusion with canon versus non-canon than most fucking.
Well, even Star
animes.
Wars, they were like, all that stuff that you know and remember.
Yeah.
All that's uncanon. It's
Fake.
non-canon now.
Fake.
Right?
Yeah, they fucked up doing that. But
Yeah.
I think they tried to do that to try and say like, hey, everyone should have realized when they before Force Awakens came out, when they said that, people should have known that means that we're going to get something that's not relevant to anything else that's ever happened.
Yeah.
And I think everyone still went in thinking like, oh, it's going to be, good old Star Wars.
I mean, they're still releasing good shit.
Yeah, I love them.
A lot of the books they're releasing that are canon books are really good.
Yeah. Everyone hated The Last Jedi, and I was.
Yeah. I think they did it right.
I think the only thing they did wrong is they made Luke look like a bitch.
Yeah.
And besides that,
Mark Hamill's tweeting about it so
Yeah.
much. He's like, "This is not Luke. This is not the character that we grew up on. This is a different character altogether."
right. Besides the 30 minutes in total that Luke's on the screen, the rest of that movie's pretty fucking dope.
Yeah.
Because of Hob and Moby Dick.
Why would he kill him?
That sounds like a good comic.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the X-Men universe too. That's kind of like why I like Deadpool. It's like so fucking complicated though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like, especially even the movies, like the first ones didn't actually. It's different timelines.
Yeah.
Because they go back in time and shit. So like, that's why like you're like, this doesn't make sense with the first movie. It's like, because it's on a different fucking timeline.
Right.
Because it didn't make sense for me for a while because I didn't know too much about X-Men back then. And like, so there's the one X-Men and Professor X is he's his old bald self, but he's walking around.
Right.
But then in the other movies, he's really young when he's in his wheelchair. So like, what the fuck? And it's like, oh, they're different timelines.
Yeah.
You want to get really fucked up by weird timelines? Go see the Zero Time Dilemma. It's a game series.
Yeah.
There's some people that have broken down the timeline, and it gets really fucky. It's hilarious.
Oh Jesus.
I like when it gets like crazy like that sometimes, but
Mm-hmm.
it's when there's multiple people creating the same character.
Yeah,
that they
that's
have to like say like, oh, this is a different universe. This is a different universe. That's why I don't get into comics.
like Angel,
it's tough.
or with his wings. He was in one of the first X-Men movies.
Yeah.
And then he's fucking Archangel in one of the other ones, and he's bad.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what? Wait.
It is cool though.
He's a cage fighter in this one, and this other one, he's the senator's son.
Yeah. It is cool though, because like if you do really love that kind of content, there's unlimited.
Oh yeah.
You'll have content forever.
Yeah. Yeah. Zero Time Dilemma is hilarious though.
I'll have to
You should
check
check
that
it
one
out. It got even funnier because they had it basically kind of figured out where it was like there was multiple timelines going on, but they figured out where they split,
Oh shit.
And then in the last game, they introduced the ability for essentially characters, they can die in some universe and still be alive in another, that kind of thing, but they're all in the same situation. So the last game they released, they then discovered that people could, when they die, jump into the body of a character, of a version of them in another universe, but retain the information from their previous universe.
Jesus
So they could
Christ.
basically, when they're about to die, swap minds with another universe's version of themselves and retain the knowledge from the previous universe.
What kind of game is it then? Like,
It's a game where basically there's a set storyline, but you get to make choices throughout that then split the timeline and characters will die, but there's like a true ending to all of them. So
interesting.
in the last one they released, there's a whole, it's a flow chart of like, you make this choice, this character dies, or they
Right.
stay alive. But when it comes down to the end of it, you realize that essentially the plot is that there's a testing facility that basically leads to the end of the world, and in the previous game, they're actually older versions of themselves, and this is actually pre to them being older in this third game, where it's basically they jump back in time to their earlier selves, to the point in time before this testing facility is created, and they sneak into it in their testing program to try and shut it down. And then basically throughout the series, there's one bad guy who knows about all the universes,
Right.
and knows there's multiple universes, and basically creates a universe where he controls everything. And so then that one person throughout all universes knows it's really fucking weird.
Huh.
So he knows everything that's going on.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What's the like control like? Is it like a first person shooter? Is it like a
It's a story driven, and then there's periodically puzzles where
Okay, I gotcha.
you're like, one of them is like you're trapped in a room. Most of them you're trapped in a room and you have to solve the puzzle to get through the room.
Right.
Stuff like that. And then it's like after that you'll get a choice of like press the button, don't press the button, stuff like that. And then based on what you do, characters will die. But there's always a true ending that then it reveals the whole story.
That sounds wild as shit.
Yeah. But there's 3 games. Each one just goes over a certain core like philosophical principle.
Mm-hmm.
Like one is the prisoner theory.
Right.
Like where if both of you press the button, then nothing happens. If both of you don't press the button, then nothing happens. But if one of you presses the button, the other doesn't, then the person who doesn't press the button dies.
Yeah.
That scenario, the whole prisoner complex. So there's one game that's based wholly on that, where the whole game you're making choices of if you play a character every time you're playing a character, and so it's like the whole time you're against somebody else and you have to press the button or don't press the button, and then depending on what you do, somebody dies or somebody doesn't die or whatever. Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah,
That's wild.
but they're pretty crazy.
So Salty says, Deadpool kills everything in canon, but it's not the same Deadpool as from the Deadpool universe. We read that Deadpool is from universe 616. This one was from a different one. Deadpool has a lot of multiverse traveling in modern Deadpool comics.
Yeah.
Deadpool kills everything. The plot is a bit different than people remember when you hear it. He kills all comic book heroes, but then also thinks, well, comic books are inspired by these older stories, and works backwards, killing different works of fiction. That's why I said my favorite part is when he killed Ahab and Moby Dick, because that happened and Deadpool kills everything.
Okay, cool.
Interesting.
Damn. Did you guys watch the Star Trek newer Star Trek movies?
I've seen the first one. I really liked it.
It's cool because I've seen them all. They're super good. But like so in the first one, they go through the black hole, so it's a different timeline. And J.J. Abrams did that so he can make a whole new Star Trek without remaking the originals.
Right.
Yeah. So I was like, that's so cool.
It's a smart idea.
Like there's one part where Captain Kirk's like I don't remember which movie he's in. He's in this thing like dying, and like in the original like actual series, it's Spock that's in the room. So
wow.
So they they
change
made
it
it similar,
around.
but since it's a different universe, like different reality, they
Is the second or third one the one with Khan?
I don't remember.
I can't. Yeah, I've only seen the first one. I don't know why I haven't seen the second or third one. I really liked the first one.
They're good, yeah.
But yeah, my dad grew up being like a big Star Trek fan, and I just never got into it. And
I was never a huge fan of the shows, but these movies are super good.
yeah,
As a Trekkie, new Star Trek timeline pisses me off. I've never been a Trekkie, so I can't relate.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
I'm hoping one day my dad has every single Voyager episode on VHS, still in
shit.
plastic.
Oh, wow.
And I'm hoping one day there's just gonna be a Star Trek fan that's like, I need all of them.
Yeah.
I grew up watching them on VHS.
It just reminds me of that one, Black Mirror, where it's the Star Trek
it's such a
one.
good episode.
Like,
Holy shit.
He just has all those. He's just explained to her. He's like, no, I have them all on VHS. She's
Right?
like, what?
Have you watched any Black Mirror?
No, I'm afraid of getting depressed. I've heard it's pretty depressing.
It's...
Yeah, definitely. I've only seen like 7 episodes.
I love it. It might be top 5
I
favorite
have
shows.
heard it's really good, but I've also heard it's very easy to get like weirded out or depressed.
Yeah,
watching it,
absolutely.
'cause it's very surreal.
Yeah, it fucks with you hardcore because you're like, oh, that's like, that seems like that could be real tomorrow.
Yeah.
They can say there could be a news saying that's an invention that happens tomorrow and no one would be surprised.
Yeah.
But the Star Trek one's crazy because, do you want me to spoil it for you or no?
No, go for it.
Okay. Basically what happens is it starts out and they're on like an old Star Trek Voyager type ship, and it just like you don't know what's going on. They're all like acting or whatever.
Okay.
And it like they go on like this mission and it ends, and all of a sudden it's like real world. It's not Star Trek world, and this guy like takes his little thing off his head, and he was playing like a VR game. And later you find out that the people that are on his ship are people in real life.
Okay.
And what he's been doing is he can take DNA from them, like hair, like a popsicle stick, and he can create versions of them in his VR world, but they're aware that they're in the VR world.
Okay.
So it starts becoming like this trippy thing of like these, like, I can't remember, like 6 or 7 people are all aware of what is going on, but he's all powerful when he comes in the game. So he like there's one part where he turns this person into a big giant insect.
Yeah.
And because he's all powerful, so everyone pretends to play their role. It really fucks with you.
Yeah.
But that's one of the better episodes for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, the Black Mirror, that would be heaven for me almost. Yeah, the ending is they end up getting away or whatever, and they end up in this new version of the game, and it's like an open world, like they can just go space travel, and they have free will again. But did you ever watch Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Jesse like does the voice of like a different ship they run into. It's
nice.
really funny, like a little cameo.
That was sick.
But yeah, if you're ever bored wanting to watch some weird sci-fi shit, definitely recommend that one.
Heck yeah.
Really will get you thinking.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I bet.
But I don't know. Did you ever watch X-Files or anything like that?
A little bit now.
Yeah, I like X-Files a lot too.
I think
I
my
need to
dad
rewatch
really
them.
was into X-Files.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been recording all of them, so if you want to start doing X-Files
I'm
nights.
down. Yeah, I did like a year ago. I watched season 4 again, and then I watched season 3.
Yeah.
And then they took it off fucking Netflix, so I didn't watch them after that. But
I just rewatched the first episode a couple nights ago.
Really?
It's so good.
yeah, it's intense. The whole goddamn show.
Yeah. It was popular too. I forgot how popular that show was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Huge.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you like it after they got rid of what's Scholar? Wait.
Mulder and Scully?
Yeah, we just combined their names together.
Sculler.
Scholar and Moldy.
I don't know when they got rid of.
It was like 6. There was neither of them were. in
Oh,
it.
neither of them?
No,
I
so
don't know
like
if I've even seen those episodes. Then.
really, it's like characters that became more. They took over. So like for the last like 4 seasons, they're not. It's not them.
I may have not watched those then.
Really?
Thought I'd watched all of it,
Yeah.
but I haven't been watching the new series because
I need to watch.
I thought that I watched all of the last season that came out, but then I watched the first 2 episodes of this new season. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, none of this makes sense.
Yeah, I need to. I haven't watched either, so I was like, I already watch them first.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have to. I can't remember. Yeah, for a while they're not in it. I think it's when, I don't know. I can't remember what it is. Mulder. I think the movie says something like he's abducted, or I don't know. For some reason he's not in it, and she's looking for him or something.
Interesting.
It has to do with the movies or something. But yeah.
I just watched the first two episodes of season 2 of Westworld. Did you ever watch that show at all?
I have not. No.
It's crazy too.
I've heard that's really good though.
Yeah. It just sucks. The thing that's pissing me off is like, it's so well, like the show's well done, like everything's great.
Yeah.
But the end of season 1 left you like with nothing answered, and now we're going into season 2, and they're giving you tons of new characters already, still no answers.
Yeah.
And now you don't really know what's going on still. So it's frustrating.
So what is Westworld? Just a bare bones thing, because to me it looked like Western, but I've heard it's sci-fi. I don't.
Yeah, it's sci-fi. So what it is a company has produced AI that are programmed to just basically do the same routine.
Okay.
And it's in this world that's called Westworld, and it's a Western style thing.
Kind of like a theme park.
Yeah, kind of like a theme park.
Okay.
So guests can go in and do whatever they want.
Okay.
Drinking, shooting, killing, sex,
like,
whatever
robots,
you want.
It's artificial intelligence robots that think they're actually in the time period.
Right, so they're living their timeline over and over
and
again.
they look like actual people and stuff, but they're artificial intelligence.
And now where the story's going is kind of like you don't know, like that's the thing, is there's no questions, but where they're going with it is some of them are starting to develop consciousness.
Okay, gotcha.
It's pretty dope. I've seen almost every episode of X-Files because it was on Marathon when I was in the hospital being diagnosed with diabetes, and I just always left the TV on Sci-Fi Channel. Probably fucked up my little 8-year-old head though. I just finished watching Westworld. It's a good show. You watched the first season, Colby? I love it. Yeah, it's good. Game of Thrones fan at all?
I've watched up to season 2.
Yeah.
I'm very bad at following through finishing up a series.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
But yeah, no, my mom got into it and they watched straight from 1 to 8 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watched up to like mid-season 2, and then I just got busy with other things.
Right.
I have a hard time just sitting down, and especially now I'm going to be so busy I'm not going to be able to have the time
definitely,
to sit down and watch anything. So yeah.
That stuff, yeah, I haven't watched, like, I sometimes, I start watching Into the Badlands. That's pretty good, but yeah, doing this, like, now we haven't been gaming as much, so, I actually have a little time to watch shows, but, between work, this, and I don't have goddamn time to watch movies.
Yeah.
Used to all I would do, because we weren't doing this, so I had, like, 7 hours free.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's what I've just been, I get home and I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with all this time I have, so I'm like, now I'm creating something to do with that time, so.
Right.
Exactly.
Do you guys want to go, like, 5 more minutes?
Yeah,
Like?
works for
Sure.
me.
Cool.
I'm getting a little...
Do you have, like, an ending thing you want to talk about?
In news, Atari's releasing a new console.
Oh.
What?
Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Is it trying to compete with, like, New Age consoles?
I guess.
I'll look it up.
So it's built, to my knowledge, it's being built for download games. I don't think it's going to have a CD drive. They said they're going to be new titles for it, and it's also going to have a bunch of their old titles.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, what?
Hey, I mean, I want to play Centipede on 4K.
Yeah. So, it's got, they're doing pre-order launch next month. I guess now this month, May.
Yeah.
And they're planning a spring 2019 release. Spring 2019.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's called
It's like the Atari VLC or something.
VCS.
Yeah, there it is.
Game of Thrones is my favorite. I've seen all the seasons twice. Me too, Colby. Let's talk Game of Thrones one of these nights.
It seems like everyone. This article is talking how they're confused about the new console.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck are they trying to do?
Short for Video Computer System.
Yeah.
It's a retro callback to. Let's see.
Does Atari have any exclusive titles still under their belt?
They're old ones, yeah. But they don't have any modern titles under their belt.
Well, right, but what old ones would anyone want to fucking play?
Really, though?
Like...
No, someone said it seems like a Super Bowl something. Let's see. So it looks like they're going back to the classic joystick.
Oh, God.
They have a ton, because that's what is it? Dropping the ants, pots and
crackpots.
So
and
the part
what's
that
the classic one that everyone knows, Atari?
Pitfall? Pong?
No. The Space Invaders.
Space Invaders?
Yeah.
But what confused me is their pre-order price that they're going for is $200. Who's gonna drop $200? And that's just their pre-order special price. Who's gonna drop more than that for an Atari console that's... I mean, the only way I see them even getting any sales is if they go the Switch route and allow indie titles to port their games over.
Yeah.
Because Atari doesn't own any, and I doubt many games are gonna want to like create Atari ports.
Yeah, no.
Any AAA titles, I doubt they're gonna go for Atari ports. It's just, it seems such a weird move from Atari.
Yeah.
I don't get why they would want to do it.
Salty? God damn it. We'll explain Westworld.
Beautiful.
Wonderful. I want to play Kaboom. Yeah, I guess it just depends, because, like, if they just re-release oldies...
They're not... It's going to fail.
No one's going to pay $200.
That's pre-order price, too. I imagine
it's
retail is going to be $250, $300.
Yeah.
Who's going to pay that for a retro console?
No one.
Nobody.
Me and my dad just got the SNES Classic, and we had to pay $30 extra. We got $100, and that was pushing our, like, desire. Because, like... It's cool, like, I've been playing it a lot, and I'm like, it's cool to play all these old games again, but if I really, like, I could just sit down and port them.
Yeah, really.
Like...
The other big issue I have with it is even if it... Because they either have to partner with AAAs to get ports over, which I doubt many AAA companies are going to want to do, or they'll turn it into an indie machine, but if you look at the Switch, Switch is turning into an indie platform that's portable.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I can get on my PC, play Binding of Isaac. Oh, I gotta go get on a train for 2 hours, grab my Switch, Binding of Isaac on the go.
Yeah.
You can't do that with
the
an
Switch
Atari.
is killing it.
Yeah, but Atari, Switch is already controlling all the indies because now you can have your indie games on a portable.
Right.
Like there's literally no point for Atari to exist unless they've got something down the pipeline where they're gonna get some exclusives.
It sounds kind of cool, but I have no idea. It said so 4K resolution, HDR, 60 FPS.
Yep.
It's supposed to has everything, USB 3.0, Bluetooth 5.0, has everything on it, but it doesn't explain, like, they're doing pre-orders, but they're not really explaining much about it besides, they said retro gaming in a modern world.
It's cool that they have all this high tech for it, but we want games.
Yeah.
There's high tech everywhere.
Yeah, really.
Like
they're not telling me if we're going to get some crazy new Space Invaders. That's amazing.
Yeah. I don't.
Not just a side thing anymore.
Right.
Yeah, I just don't see it competing in today's console market. I feel like it's gonna be, it'll get a few sales for retro game purposes, but otherwise, the only other track I see it go down for modern games is indie titles being ported over, and
it's already
compared to the Switch, it's just gonna fall flat on its face.
See, it was funny. So my opinion of Nintendo, like 3 years ago, was I thought that their best move would have been to turn into a producing company that doesn't do tech. Because, the Wii U, garbage console.
Yeah, it sucked.
Even the, the Wii was cool, but as far as, like, tech goes, wasn't that great.
Yeah.
And I was thinking how big they would have been, like, and I still kind of think it would have been the more profitable move for them, like, if they would just release their titles on everything.
Yeah.
I think they'd probably make more money than just having exclusive Nintendo content. But the Switch is really good.
The Switch is insane.
Yeah.
They hit gold with that.
I think if they would have flopped again and the Switch wouldn't have been good, then you would have seen them move to that. But because I just think, Microsoft servers and Sony servers are better for gaming.
They are.
So reading about this, it says has a custom AMD processor and runs a version of Linux, meaning it will be able to play retro games and PC games.
Well, yeah, like it's probably just they're gonna be indie games, I doubt.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Like,
is it just a computer?
It seems
basically.
like,
Seems like it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if they're gonna come out with a gaming computer that costs $200.
I guess, but I imagine it's going to be curated to some extent.
It has to be, right?
It's going to be really weird to see what actually ends up on it, really.
Yeah.
I guess it depends what games are released for it, if people will buy it or not.
I don't know. Would you buy, I don't know if I've asked you this one last time, but let's say Valve came out and said, hey, we're releasing an exclusive system that has Left 4 Dead 3, Portal 3, Half-Life 3, Team Fortress 3, but you can only play it on this console. Would you go out and buy one?
Depends on price.
Yeah?
Yeah.
400.
400? Yeah.
Yeah,
I would think I would too, yeah.
For sure.
Because I know that I'm about to play some really good games for a while.
Yeah. Because those are games that people would die for.
Yeah, absolutely. I would die for just Portal 3, and that's my least favorite. Oh, I mean, Team Fortress 3 is the least favorite there, but... Yeah.
The story of Portal being made is actually very interesting.
I don't know the story of it being made.
Look up the story of it. It was like an indie group of people just making a game, and it got noticed by a Valve, and they were like, hey, we like this. We'll hire you guys on to finish it, and it turned into Portal.
Wow.
Apparently 2 months ago,
my prediction came true to the Switch. I said the next console Nintendo releases and the main console use cartridges. Damn it, Salty.
So apparently...
I would Valve or the number 3. Right, Valve won't ever do number 3s.
Yeah, Half-Life 3 has already been canceled.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the biggest pipe dream in gaming.
Well, I mean, the guy who wrote the script for it came out and released the script and said, hey, this is what it was going to be.
Didn't he quit too? Or,
yeah. The other big problem with Valve is because of their company's structure, people can work on whatever they want to work on.
Right.
so nobody wants to work on a Half-Life 3.
Okay, yeah, I understand that because no one wants to follow up Half-Life 2.
Yep.
Why the hell has no one followed up with Left 4 Dead 3?
Well, I was just reading about that right now. It said everyone's saying it was a troll, but Valve released like a teaser trailer in February.
Yeah.
Huh.
Because Left 4 Dead 3 is not a story-intensive game.
Yeah, because Steam tweeted it was hacked. The account was hacked. But so why would someone go through all their way to make a fake teaser, like whole animated original style, and then release it on the Valve account? It seems like if they'd be the biggest troll of all time and a lot of work.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's just with Valve's super weird corporate structure, you never know what's gonna happen. Because it's whatever people work on, whatever they want to work on. You know?
Right. Wouldn't you want to work on a Left 4 Dead 3 game though? Because like money wise, it's gonna make a lot of money.
I mean, if that's what you want to work on, I mean, it depends on your interests.
I feel like there's got to be some people.
That's why they only have 2 people that work in customer support.
Right.
What do you realize? I didn't realize how long ago Left 4 Dead 2 came out.
Yeah.
Almost 9 years now.
Yeah.
Dang, I
That's
remember
why people...
buying it when it came out. Like, it's crazy. Almost 9 years.
That's why people were like,
Half-Life 2 came out 13 years ago.
Because like I get Fallout Half-Life 2 would be impossible.
But Left 4 Dead 3 would be.
It would be easy, I would think. Portal 3 would be hard because Portal 2 was phenomenal.
Dead 2 had nothing to do with Left 4 Dead, or character-wise.
Yeah, no, there's no story. Like, I mean, there's story, but it's not like all you'd have to do for Left 4 Dead 3 is make the graphics better and give us a fuck ton of maps.
Yeah.
People are going to play it.
Yeah, it's just weird. I think it's people that don't want to
touch it.
Yeah, they just don't want to. They don't want to be responsible for making a
bad game.
Yeah.
Apparently, Valve tweeted March 9th or something. I don't know if they tweeted or posted, but it said we're making and shipping games again.
Interesting.
I would love to see it. I think
Gabe Newell,
fucking Gabe, the king,
said something about, let's see, since Dota 2 something. So they're making another Dota?
They're making a Dota 2 card game. That was announced at last International last year.
Yeah.
Everybody was excited for a big release announcement, and then they're like, Dota 2 card game, and everybody's like, fuck.
We already play Hearthstone.
Yeah. Yeah, that was announced last year that they're working on a Dota 2 card game.
Yeah, apparently in March it was a Reddit AMA with Mr. Gabe.
He does one a year, I think.
Yeah. He said a fully fledged single player game is coming out for sure.
Oh.
For what? Oh, just like
Valve
Steam.
Interesting.
I said yeah, and hints were going out at a proper Half-Life sequel. The only reason we go back to a super classic, let's see. It said customers are going to be really happy with what we've been spending our time on.
Yeah, the last I heard of Half-Life 3 though was it got canned because the lead writer for it released the whole script.
Yeah.
Oh, so I saw this. Artifact. That's what's coming out. It's
Artifact. Okay.
Have you heard about that one? Let's see.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I think I don't think they should do a Half-Life 3.
Nah.
Just because there's no.
Oh, that's the Dota card games.
Okay.
I don't think there's any story you could do that's gonna live up to how hyped that game's got.
Yeah.
And it's been memed too, so it's I think Left 4 Dead 3 would be a good call. I think Team Fortress 3 would be a good call.
I don't think Team Fortress 3 could compete in the world of Overwatch.
No, definitely not compete, but I think it would still have people playing.
People are still playing Team Fortress 2.
That's what I mean.
You're just it's if they want to make money or not, it's not viable for them to make a Team Fortress 3 in actual reality. That's just the big problem with it.
I like Team
Left 4
Fortress
Dead 3 would make them money.
Yeah, Overwatch is way better than any Team Fortress game.
Yeah,
but
Overwatch will stomp any team shooter into the ground right now.
Yeah, so he said there's an AMA in March, so last month, or I guess 2 months ago now, he said for sure there's a single player game coming out and 3 more VR games on the way.
Their VR games are
Yeah.
So
VR is just developing tech at this point.
I wonder what the single player one will be.
Yeah, that's very vague.
Yeah, it is.
So who knows what the fuck that will be.
Wasn't the original Dota game based off of the Warcraft 3 engine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, that was a
broke
Warcraft
off
3
for their
custom
own
game.
Then Blizzard released this card game based off of the universe the original Dota technically took place in. So now that Dota 2 is getting a card game and a real game, it really is basically a knockoff of an original game.
So to clarify all of this, Dota was originally a Warcraft 3 custom game that was built in the Warcraft 3 engine using Warcraft 3 assets. Dota 2 is League of Legends was actually the first MOBA to branch off of the Warcraft 3 engine, and it was based off of Dota. So I don't know if you can call Dota a game based in Blizzard universe. It just was using what was available in the engine. The game was completely original in its own regard. So Dota 2 getting a card game is not really a knockoff. So yeah.
I didn't know fucking they were coming out with Black Ops 4.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But goddamn Red Dead 2.
Holding on hope. Have you seen the sweet tech demo for the best gunplay in VR?
I haven't. I really only care about VR once it starts getting into like Sword Art Online territory.
No shit, right?
As soon as we get into the point where it's like intercepting brainwaves and I can just
Yeah.
pass the fuck out and play video games while I'm like technically asleep.
Right.
That'll be cool. Until then, I have no reason to invest in VR.
Either.
So State of Decay 2. That's coming out. They're
Yeah,
releasing Wolfenstein 2 on the Switch.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool.
I heard the last Wolfenstein was underwhelming though. A lot of people didn't like it.
Wolfenstein 2, I thought it was so good.
Oh, they got huge ratings and lots of sales.
I fucking love that game.
Yeah, I heard. I don't know. I've heard a lot of people that I know enjoy Wolfenstein. They did not like the last one nearly as much as the others.
I thought it was super good.
Yeah, I think he got like a 9.8 on Metacritic or 9.7.
Interesting.
Doom was really popular too.
Doom was
the
really
shit.
good though. Yeah, Doom was very, very good.
Yeah, it was.
I just think it's funny that they just like both decide like, hey, let's start dropping games again.
Yeah.
Like the two old school competitors back at it again.
Yeah, really. What could go wrong?
Right.
Nothing. We killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wolfenstein 2 was basically Doom,
Yeah.
but killing Nazis.
When am I getting a goddamn new Duke Nukem?
It's the exact same gameplay style and gun
Yeah.
selection.
Yeah.
But God, it's so good.
Shove his head in microwave.
Asuna, here I come. Hell yeah.
It's
Yeah.
true though.
Until we get to that point, I don't really give a shit about VR.
It's fucking so true.
Yeah.
Until we get in,
Yep.
some dude named Heath shows up.
Oh god.
Hey, guess what, motherfuckers? You die in here, you dead.
Have you watched the Sword Art Online Abridged?
Uh-uh.
It's on YouTube. It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Dude, Heathcliff is like one of the best characters in any game
Yeah.
ever.
I didn't like
Or
that.
any show.
I didn't like. The only part of Sword Art I didn't like is that it was like, oh yeah, I'm actually the final boss.
Right.
I mean, it was cool that he was like disguised as a player from the beginning, but yeah.
Yeah, the ending of Gun Gale into like the filler episodes was kind of
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Just more like silly shit.
I didn't like Alfheim Online's whole arc sucked too.
Yeah.
I did not like that. I liked Gun Gale though. I thought
Yeah, Gun Gale was dope.
Gun Gale was a good season. Have you played any of the games?
No, but I've heard they're actually pretty good.
The games are good for the most part. The storylines they set up for them are stupid as hell though.
No.
Basically every time it's you start the game up and it's like story, developing the game of whatever they're doing, and then it's like, oh, here's an NPC that's lost its memory. Let's befriend it and figure out what's it's supposed to be doing, and then they unlock its memory, and then it becomes their friend, and then they take the code and add it into all the other games and make it their friend. It's great. But it's
great.
literally like the first one I played was Hollow Realization, and literally it's like, oh, here's a random NPC that its code got deleted, so it doesn't know
Right.
what it's doing. And then you solve it, and you get the character or whatever back, and then they released the Gun Gale version, which just barely came out like a few months ago. And literally right at the start, you run into an NPC, and it's like, hello, you're my master. And you're like, no, not this again.
Oh, okay.
It's like, can you think of anything else? Is that really what we're down to?
I haven't watched that show in a while.
Mm-hmm.
What was the little girl's name that came in after Gun Gale? Short girl, stabby. It was the one that had
Stabby, poke.
the one that had fucking AIDS in real life, and she was in the hospital. That shit
No.
fucked with me on a deep level. I was like, this is hard. So so the whole idea is like, artificial intelligence, or not AI, but like VR.
Yeah.
They meet this character or meet this person in the game, and like they become really close friends, and then in real life they want to go meet her, and they find out she's in a hospital and her parents had AIDS and gave birth to her, so she got AIDS.
Oh god.
And she's been in a fucking like a big machine her whole life, and the only way she can like walk and do shit is in the VR.
Oh,
wow.
And I'm sitting there like, why did you guys go this deep all of a sudden? Like, what are you
feels.
doing? Yeah.
God damn.
It was sad though. It was like, cause
Yeah.
some shit happens and you're like, fuck, man.
Yeah. If you want, a lot of people prefer Log Horizon.
Yeah.
You've seen that.
Yeah,
I also like.
Horizon.
Is it wrong to try and pick up girls in a dungeon?
That one's
It's
dope.
great.
I
They're
like.
making another season.
That's good.
I'm so happy.
Did you like? What was the silly one? Where it was the brother and sister who played games and they go into VR.
I haven't seen that. Oh, that one? No Game, No Life?
Yeah. Yeah, that one
That
exactly.
one right there.
That show's fucking great.
It's good. It's only got 12 episodes, but it's so
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I have a tattoo of that
I didn't
one.
even notice. Fuck. I think I may have noticed last time. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I have a tattoo of that one. That one's great.
That one
Yeah.
cracks me up.
I've been watching Akame ga Kill. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Yeah.
It's like Game of Thrones, the anime.
It fucking. How far are you?
I've watched it all the way through once already. I'm rewatching right now.
Didn't like the ending. Need more
The
episodes.
ending sucked, yeah. But yeah, up until that point, I'm like, every time fucking mine dies, that's the saddest part for me. I'm like,
Right.
no.
No, I was super.
They loved each other.
I was super into that show, and then like the last like 3 episodes, I'm like,
The
"Damn,
last
they
3
rushed this hard. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
You want to watch a clusterfuck of an anime story? Demon King Daimao.
Never heard of that one.
It's so fucking funny. Because the whole story, it's like 12 episodes long, and it's like, it starts out and he's like, wait, I'm actually a Demon King? And then for 6 episodes, it's like him in school, like, discovering all this weird shit. It's like, oh, this character, oh, she's actually an AI ecchi robot. And then, like, 6 episodes in, it's like, oh yeah, for the next 6 episodes, up until the ending, it's gonna be like a bunch of fucking weird shit and death.
Now, have you watched Death Note?
Yes, of course.
Did you like or hate the ending? Because I hate the ending.
I
of Death
stopped
Note.
watching after L dies.
Oh well, there you go.
That's the only true way to watch it.
Exactly, exactly.
Fuck
There's-
Mellow and Near.
Yeah, yeah. I hated it. All like that first like 20.
You watch up to episode 22 or 24, and then you just
Fucking
don't watch anymore.
Gold. Like
Yeah.
some of the best like intense moments of anything I've ever
Oh, yeah.
watched, and you're like sitting like, oh my god, this is
Yeah.
fucked up. And then like it
As
just
soon as L dies, shut it off. You're done.
yeah,
That's
the
it.
show's over.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's it. Don't watch anymore. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
perfect. Yeah.
They were like, well, we have to kill off Light. We have to do that.
Yeah. Then they fucking made that
Yeah.
awful movie.
Yep.
That was fucking hot garbage.
I like it for what it is.
Yeah.
It's an American adaptation of a very popular anime, and so I accept it at face value.
Salty said I watched Smartphone in a different world.
What the fuck is
That
smartphone?
is. Wait a second. That's not Heathcliff. That's really not the right Oberon. Right. So that's the right picture for that character. That is. Wait a second. It's not Heathcliff. That's really not the right Oberon. Right.
Well,
So that's the right.
that's Oberon from Warframe.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, should we call it for today?
Yeah, that was good. Closing out.
Cool.
All right, everyone watching, make sure you sub on YouTube.
Can I plug?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
plug away.
Yeah, put your Twitch handle in there.
Oh, sick.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah,
And-
plug whatever you want to plug.
All right. My name's Saxon. I don't know where the fucking mouse is right now.
Oh, scroll.
To the left.
Yeah, there you go.
To the left. Yeah, so my name's Saxon. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Saxon Says, which I'm going to be linking right now. I'll be going live starting Tuesdays through Saturdays, 4:30 to 8:30 Mountain, which is 6:30 to 10:30 Eastern.
It's a good time frame.
Yeah, so I'll be doing that 5 days a week, starting Tuesday for the
Yeah?
foreseeable future. So
Oh, shit.
5 days a week, 4 hours a day.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna link that in chat right now. If you guys could follow me on Twitter, anything like that, I would appreciate it. Links in the chat.
Yeah, fucking check it out, everyone.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me on, guys. I
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
love being here. You
Yeah,
guys,
it's a good time always.
yeah, you guys run a sick podcast.
Yeah.
Good
It's fucking
times.
crazy. I mean, you guys are what 90 episodes in now or something?
Yeah.
Fucked. Yeah.
About to break 100 this week.
Friday, I think.
Yeah, Friday. I
Hell
think.
yeah, that's awesome.
A lot of podcasting.
A lot of podcasting.
I mean, it's great.
Salty said I'll follow you and harass your chat.
Thanks, Salty. I appreciate it. But yeah, Tuesday I'll be going live for starting then. Yeah, for
Everyone
season
make
2.
sure you go tune in.
Yeah. I
Fuck
don't know
yeah.
what I'll be playing yet. I think I'm gonna do Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning first game.
Game. That's a solid pick.
Yeah,
That game's
it'll be a
fucking
good
dope.
start. It's either that or I'll play something lesser until because Pillars of Eternity 2 launches on like the 7th, I think.
Never played the first one.
Oh, it's like a Dungeons and Dragons kind of like Baldur's Gate.
Oh, I played a lot of Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, so it's like a revamp of Baldur's Gate with modern mechanics and
Graphics.
stuff. But what they're doing is have you ever watched Critical Role?
Yeah.
Or know of it?
Yeah.
So a bunch of the Critical Role guys have done pretty much all the voice acting for Pillars of Eternity 2,
Really?
and they're putting the characters from Critical Role Season 1 in Pillars of Eternity 2.
That's
So you can get
fucking.
like Vax, Vex, Keyleth, all their characters are going to be in Pillars of Eternity 2 as like heroes that you can find.
That's the way to like really do community justice.
Yes.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah, so that's going to be huge. Everybody's hyped for it.
Yeah.
And they're slowly releasing like the characters and their profile art and everything on the Pillars of
I'm gonna
Eternity.
have to check that out then.
It's sick, yeah. That comes out on it's like the 7th, like just
Oh, wow.
like in a week.
Dang.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
Thursday.
That's
Friday.
crazy.
Good night, everyone. You guys.
Farewell.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah. Have a good night, morning, whatever time it is for you guys.
Yeah, really.
Sweet
Later.
dreams.